That's probably a good addition. Hello, and we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Payback is a Lich. This very dark, humorous campaign of a Vecna Eve of Ruin campaign that went wrong. Yes, you heard that right. We start by reminding our audience that the premise of this campaign is that well, there were heroes. They've died. They've tried to stop Vecna, and well, they failed. They failed catastrophically. And now the multiverse is reliant on, unfortunately, reliant on this group of petty and vengeful liches that have been that have managed to in the time where they've been planning to get their revenges on Vecna, not because they want to save the multiverse, but because they want their vendetta. They've managed to merge two timelines, and they managed to band together, mix and match different liches from those two timelines. They armed themselves with the Rod of Seven Parts, also with a good set of questionable moral decisions, and even more questionable fashion choices, but that one we can leave it for you to judge. And they brand themselves the Left Hand Horrors. And they apparently will stop at nothing to dethrone the Whisper One, preferably with maximum property damage and minimum personal responsibility, and most importantly, ultimately they want to be the usurpers that will take whatever Vecna is doing and make it better, right? Because if he's rebranding reality to suit his ego, well, there is a much more sarcastic and a much more there are new shades of doom that you can add and a much more effective way of doing that. And our petty liches, they think they can do a better redecoration than Vecna is doing. So yes, they've managed to assemble the Rod of Seven Parts. They've managed to discover what to do with that rod. Oh yes, they went to this buried ziggurat and discovered that the rod was actually could be used as a key as well to open this ancient obelisk. And now they are in a sort of suicide mission. And while they are in this suicide mission, they've been turned into spellweavers by the magic of that obelisk and by the creature that came out of it. They have been seeing one god after another being eaten and taken down and destroyed and being replaced by Vecna. Reality is being reshaped and rewritten as Vecna continues to do his ritual of remaking. And yes, but this lich's spite is eternal, and and there is no stopping them. And with that, let's introduce you to our party of spellweavers, the spellweaver liches that are also somewhat. Some of them may have some eldritch spice to it. Some of them may have some deity spice to it. Yeah, quite a. They've made quite a mess with their race and species in this game, yeah. But let's get to know them, because they're not strange to alternative realities and changing their forms. And the first one is Drazov, our fire-headed necromancer whose philosophy is to burn it first and ask questions later, or perhaps experiment a little bit, then burn it, then ask questions, if at all. Drazov, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight with all those arms.
Yes, they are quite nice. I am, as always, Gorblev the Unwitting, and what can I say? I've got my crown back. That was a very harrowing 2 minutes or so, where it was not with me. But now its sweet whispers echo through the halls of my mind like screams through an empty asylum. It is grand.
Wonderful. I'm slightly disturbed by that description. And the
It was so
next,
poetic.
he was so poetic and disturbing at the same time.
Very nice.
And then we have Creek, our should we say our mariachi lich, our master of panache, explosions, and should I say explosive tunes, and asking for autographs, as he's an autograph collector and has and he has also the worst possible timing to ask for those autographs, but somehow he managed to get it. He even has one tattoo in his forehead, and which will disappear the next time he lies. Creek, say hello
What?
to our audience. Oh yes, you should have paid more attention in that last episode. Say hello to our audience and tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Well, honestly, and I'm just saying that because that's normally my character, not because I signed something I did not realize. Creek is doing a great job. I got more hands than I can play instruments. I can cast spells like I'm shooting out of like a someone who's proficient with the bow. And honestly, it's good to be back in the material, no, Sigil, instead of somewhere else where I feel like we've just been chasing an empty dream. But now I can get my revenge. I got the hands, one for each side.
Very well, very well. You are a one-man band, and or a one undead band.
I know, my popularity is going to increase. I should put concerts out for that. You know how many people would pay to watch to see me just because of what I look like? Not because what I can play.
Well, there are creatures with more arms than you out there. Perhaps you guys could just put together a band, like with some driders and some spiders and even some tentacle creatures could help you out. Can have an octopus in the drums and this kind of stuff, just like
You're
the
right.
cartoons from old age.
I could be the Spider King because I have 8 appendages.
Miska the wolf spider could be your mascot.
Oh, I gotta write this down.
You
Creek
mean
is getting
Miska the
inspiration.
wolf spider?
Indeed.
Because now Miska the wolf spider is just a little wolf puppy. Next we have Cyril, our chronomancer with a marital drama and trust issues and a vendetta list that makes the Nine Hells HR department blush, and of course his hate for seagulls, which is iconic of this. And of course, when I talk about Cyril here, is the ugly version of Cyril that has been turned into a spell weaver. Cyril, say hello to our audience and tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight now that you are no longer ugly Cyril, you are the weird Cyril or the alien Cyril.
I am. Well, I mean, the perks of having 6 arms now means that I have 6 watches, so the possibility of me being late for things seems to have dramatically decreased. So, I mean, it's pretty successful so far.
Very well. Cyril, I've been wondering, I've been wanting to ask you this since the last session. Before you had this imperceptible wand that you have to keep holding since you cast the wish, because you had no idea if the wand actually existed or not.
Yeah.
But then you were turned into a gem, or better, your body was turned into a gem, and now you have no idea where this wand is because it's imperceptible. And even if it is in a demi-plane that you could potentially open, how are you going to find it? It's no longer in your hand.
I just have to do what I've been doing since I got this wand and, you know, believe in the power of imagination and hope that it continues working for me.
Well, let's say that the imperceptible staff, because it's not one that staff, I misspoke. The imperceptible chronomancer staff, let's say that it actually exists, just for a second, because I mean, we all think you're a bit schizophrenic with that staff, but let's say it exists for a second, and you want to pick it up and you believe it is real, and you want to pick it back up in your hand so you can use it. How are you going to find it?
I mean, originally I had it glued to my hand, so possibly when I transformed into a gem, it came with me, but
it didn't.
I don't know. It didn't.
All your items fell into a rift when you were turned into... Only your body, only the matter from your body was turned into the Spellweaver, which makes it quite a challenge for you to find your imperceptible chronomancer staff. Assuming it exists. So now that it's no longer in your hand, I'll leave you with that thought about how the hell you're gonna find it. And on that note, you can refresh your character sheet because it's unequipped. And then we have
waste a spell slot on detect magic or locate item.
And
to be honest, right.
You gotta. I'm sure you are a very resourceful spellweaver, and you can find. The problem is that the item was created imperceptible to all the senses, Midge, because that was his wish when he created the item. So it's so imperceptible. He doesn't even. He's not 100% sure it's real. That's right,
do this
folks.
before the big bad fight. Oh.
Get your bigger staff.
Any children out there, block your ears while I curse angrily.
And then finally, we have Midge, our fungal druid, and possibly Zugatmoy's long-lost twin, perhaps, or bride, or perhaps she is a piece of Zugatmoy. Or perhaps not, which is exactly as concerning as it sounds. Midge had a long relationship with decay and the balance of the multiverse, and was the first one to volunteer to become a spellweaver, although she didn't know what she was volunteering for. She just thought was going to contribute to rebalancing the multiverse. Midge, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
I made a sacrifice thinking I was going to be the martyr, and then the rest of you guys, we're going to do what Mitch does. We're going to sacrifice ourselves too. Well, screw you. I did it first.
Mitch, you definitely get all the credit for getting there first. We also usually have Ronaldo, our aristocratic lich and occasionally pianist, now also a 6-armed spellweaver. And I have to say, it must be fantastic to play piano with 6 hands. But yeah, he's our dramatical member of this party. Ronaldo won't be able to join us tonight, but he sends his regards to everyone as he's trying to solve the problems that Ronaldo found in his personal life since he got back.
He's dealing with problems at home.
Yes, indeed. I'll touch on that in a second. So, what happened? What happened in the last session? It all started in the middle of a silent desert night. 5 obelisks cracked open, and hatching out of them stepped out our liches. Except now they weren't liches at all. They were spellweavers, 6-armed arcane powerhouses that used to exist until Vecna's first ritual of remaking erased that species from existence, except for one that was hibernating inside the obelisk that this party opened with the Rod of 7 Parts. And that one, the lore keeper, after having some very cryptic and philosophical conversation with this party of liches, decided to turn their bodies, their physical matter, and transmute it into a more powerful version of themselves. And that's when they hatched out of the obelisks and discovered that they were so much more powerful now for certain things. They're a bit more of a glass cannon now than they were before. In order, well, at least now they can heal themselves with healing spells. That's gotta be a pro. And yes, they also discovered that their comrade and their leader Volkar had fallen, and they mourned for Volkar's demise for about 3 seconds. Before they collectively shrugged and moved on. And that's right, folks. Volkar was with them since episode 1. And they just... What are you gonna do, right? Volkar, they had other things to worry about, like the 4 new arms. And, well... Liches aren't exactly known for warm eulogies, so I think that's kind of in character. And, well, after that moment of awkward reflection was cut short, they realized that they were being watched. And the amulets that they usually use to protect them from divination were gone, because in that transmutation, turns out that their items were sent into a demiplane. And gone, and out of thin air, quite literally, stepped ghostly mirror creatures, and a fight ensued, ending with shattered illusions and the unpleasant realization that these things were Vecna's pets, and they were sent to that place to test them. And then came the real kicker. Vecna, the goddess of magic herself, in astral projection form, appeared. But not the old skeleton god of secrets that they know, but it's one of the new forms that they came to know of Vecna as the new Mistra, the goddess of magic. And after some hostile back and forth and some banter, the goddess of magic Vecna decided to unplug the party from the weave. You know, the weave, that thing that is the source of all arcane power and the multiverse, and that all sorcerers and wizards and so many other creatures rely on in order to cast magic daily. Oh yes, the goddess of magic Vecna decided that these guys lost their access privileges and took down their access to the weave, and now, poof, it was gone. And no long rests can recover their spell slots, and the long rests cannot recover their sorcery points. And so what they have now is what they have. They never felt like a Spellweaver simulacrum like this before, where they know that if they spend their magic, they only spend once. Or at least until they've managed to regain their connection to the weave. Wouldn't that be nice? If they do that, they probably will be the arcane powerhouses all over again that can recharge their spell slots. But the bright side is that they learned that the Spellweavers were the original sorcerers. So at least they had a fresh existential crisis to distract them while they are on it. And yes, folks, we ended the last session when they were in the middle of this desert night, and they decided that they were have some downtime in between our sessions, and they've asked for about a 10-day downtime, about 9 days, and after this desert disaster, they split and went back to deal with their personal matters, only to discover that the timeline wasn't playing fair with them. Ronaldo had returned home using a gate spell, and he was expecting a warm undead welcome, only to find that his mansion was bustling with strangers, and a simulacrum of his alternate self the real Ronaldo, the original Ronaldo, I should say, which names himself Rodolfo, was running the place like a social club, complete with champagne flutes and piano recitals. And Rovina, the servant who runs the house, she revealed that she had freed the original alternate Ronaldo from captivity in the doll that he was entrapped into some years ago. And that this Ronaldo had spent about a few years plotting revenge against our spell-weaver Ronaldo before giving up and start to refocus entirely on his vendetta against Vecna. And the kicker is that 10 years have passed, and Ronaldo's discovery that 10 years had passed made him concerned about his phylactery and was his phylactery being fed? How is it surviving? Is the evening glory still there? And he went to his underground vault to try and find his phylactery, only to discover that his phylactery had been moved. And the only creature besides him that know about where his phylactery is and that can access that is his alternate self, the original Ronaldo. And though he could still feel a hint of the evening glory connected to him. He had no way of feed the Zargon's essence. You know Zargon, the monster they fought, that eldritch monster that had an obelisk for a horn. He took the essence of that god, and now he has no way to feed it back to his phylactery. But that's why he's not attending this session tonight, because he has that to deal with. So I guess you guys can be understanding. Who else did stuff in the downtime? Well, Midge returned to her old fungal lair fortress, except it wasn't hers anymore. The place had exploded with strange new growths and pulsing bioluminescent caps and sprawling mycelium. It's like she was in Zagatmoy's fever dream. And when she reached out to her fungal patron, queen of the fungi / friend, for friend with benefits, I don't know. Turns out that who answered the phone wasn't Zagatmoy, was someone called Zagatmidge. Apparently, her alternate self had fused herself or been absorbed into the demon queen of fungi. Or the other way around, who knows? But Zagatmidge apparently had spent a decade waging war against Vecna, but without the Rod of 7 Parts, which this party of the left-hand horrors took with them to the ziggurat, she hadn't had much progress or much success. And in particularly with Midge herself disappearing with and taking the rod with them. And then she invited Midge to come meet with her in the sanctum in Sigil. And she says that we are all gathering again, which feels like there are more people gathering there. I guess we'll discover. Drazov decided to go straight to Sigil. And he decided to go and steal some scrolls of imprisonment from magical shops and go for some groceries run. And he got lost in the streets of Sigil, ended up going back to his laboratory, working there for a few days, and then just like that, just like as if never have left his mind and his very intertwined brain, he remembered where the sanctum in Sigil was, and he went back to Sigil to go to the sanctum. And then we have our bard friend Creek, who also went to do some performance on the streets. And Creek, let's resolve how much money you've made on the streets. Roll performance for us. Let's call it at least 9 times.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Come on and give me your money. Da 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 da. All right, let's see how Creek did. Can I just because since it's a new day, would my lucky regain? Could I use my lucky for each of those rolls since that's in the past to get advantage on those?
Sure, by all means.
All right, performance. Let's start with the first one. Natural 20.
Started well, Creek. Very well. Good job. Natural 20 for a 58. That is something absolutely ridiculous about. Oh no, wait, it's summing something there.
Let me.
It's a 39. Well, that don't mind the number appearing on this screen, folks. D&D Beyond 20, the connector between D&D Beyond and Roll 20 is not working properly. Perhaps something for you to look at. But it was a 39. It was a 39. 20 plus 19, 39. Very well. You get inspiration for that. You start the session with inspiration, since you've been inspiring the streets with your performance.
Why don't I do this then? Let me just roll the next 8 and we'll see what happens. All right, 33, 38.
Very well. Oh, those numbers are so
29.
wrong there.
34. Natural 20 again. 2 natural 20s.
Excellent.
Whoa.
You can give inspiration to someone else in the party if you would like.
Who wants my double nat 20 inspiration?
I only got some, but thank you.
I've already got.
Midge, you want one?
Midge does not have it, so if you're willing, I would take it.
Take the double nat 20 inspiration.
All right, thank you, sir.
Very well.
Can I get whatever bug he's got that like adds
I don't-
20 something to his
If you
rolls?
run, yeah, because he's rolling advantage, and what is happening is that it's summing the 2d20s.
Natural 20.
Again, you got
It's
nat
2
20 again, legend.
Yes.
2 17s, 36.
Very well, very well. So I tell you what, for each of the natural 20s, you roll 20d100 to see how much money you got from your performances. So that's 60d100, and for the other ones, I'm just gonna give you an average of 6 rolls that I'm gonna do, which is 309 gold pieces a day for the other 6. And you got a net 100 in the middle of that. Well, there's quite a lot of dice there, but
I appreciate it. I got 45 to 58 as my average for my roll.
all right. So you got a total. Let's see how much money you've made. You've got a total of 5,029 gold pieces.
In 9 days, imagine, I could make that my lifetime career.
Look at that. You're making more money as a musician with 6 hands as a one-man band than as a lich. Mitch, how much money have you guys made in this campaign so far? I mean,
I don't know, but that wasn't even a 10-day or a week in D&D, so I might make that my career.
yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. It's pretty good pay. I mean, you could even hire a band with that amount of money. Just so that you are the one-man band. And on that note, now that you all know what they've done in downtime, let me bring you guys to 9 days later. What you ended up discovering is actually 9 days, 9 months, and 9 years later from the time when you departed. And after meeting in Sigil, you've headed to the sanctum. And well, the sanctum, already from the distance, you've noticed that as you were walking through the streets, you were greeted by this almost surreal sight. Outside of the sanctum, you see this arcane and runic sigils just floating as if the ambient of the sanctum was was covered in magic, and these runic sigils are just floating and flickering in the air, as if there's some sort of protection around the entire structure. As you enter the room, as you four of you meet on the street outside, and you enter the room, you are greeted by a strange sight. Let me bring you. In the middle of the room, there is this colossal, headless Warforged construct. And its chest set with a large octagonal green gem. That gem is unmistakable to you. You remember that that's Landro. Once you're alive, now seem to be embedded in this hulking guardian. The construct turns to you as newly arrived 4 spellweavers, and with a voice and a rumble of confusion, it turns to you and says,
"Identify yourselves. You do not belong here."
Can
Drazzle.
we roll? Oh, go ahead, bud. No, go ahead, bud.
Drazzle is going to disguise himself as his former self, like his Lich self, using the Crown of Lies, and move closer and say, "Oh, you look very familiar. I believe we know each other. Yes? Yes. Do you remember me?"
I do remember you, but you just turned into someone I used to know. Who are you?
I
Why
was
are
just
you trying
somebody
to
that I
deceive?
used to know.
Why are you trying to
is-
deceive me?
It is me. It is the same me that I have always been. You know me. You've seen me, yes?
Do you
We
take
have
me for
we
a
have an
fool?
accord.
Do
I
you
take you
take
for
me for a
a
fool?
floating crystal thing that is somehow embedded itself in some kind of a construct.
I think you are trying to deceive me, and I can warn you, this will end up bad for you.
That is very rude. I mean, I remember the Landro that I remember had better manners.
The
Should work
Landro,
on that.
how do you know my name?
Because I am the same Belfrimzen the coward that you have always known. I mean, I have. That's what I have been trying to explain to you. Yes, I am your old friend.
Very well,
Yes, let's go with friend.
let us authenticate that information. Tell me 3 things that only Drazov would know about me.
When we first met, I told you a secret about my past, and you did not like it. Also, when we first met, you were in the brain of a giant construct. Also, I have run out of things. But
Ooh.
He's obsessed with Tarasks.
oh yes, the Tarask thing. Let's go with that.
Very well. That tracks. Who are the individuals that follow you here? And why? Why are you coming here now? After all this time?
Well, you'll see.
And just reminding you, you have no idea how much time has passed.
Right. Well, you see, my comrades here, you have met them all before as well, but their forms are a bit changed. As for why now, it is we've just gotten back from a long journey. Out of curiosity, how long would you say that it has been since we last saw you? Because I do not remember you having this construct around you the last time we met. You were more free floating and hovering and being generally obnoxious.
I estimate the last time I have seen you was about 10 years ago. Well, to be more precise, it was about 9 years, 11 months, 16 days.
What? I mean, it's definitely not that long ago since we've seen you last, right, guys? It's like only a week ago, maybe a month ago.
No, a lot had changed when I went back to my lair. Something weird is happening.
Well, they say time is irrelevant when we're undead.
That's true.
Wouldn't you know, Time Master? Are we late to showing up?
No, I have 6 watches now. I'm never late.
Ho ho!
Now, none of them say the same time, but I'm sure one of them is correct.
Wait, did we confirm this is Landro?
Yeah, you confirmed the Jen is Landro. That's unmistakable. You would have
I'll
recognized.
say, Landro, buddy.
Anywhere.
You look like you grew up, my small orb, just like how I grew arms. It's me, Creek.
Creek. The Bard Creek.
The Spirit King, Creek.
I don't think anyone calls you Spirit King, as far as I remember.
Yeah, that seems to be a name that sticks to me. But yes, I'm the one who plays with the music and the bard, and I'm the bard.
What is this form you have assumed, and why are you all showing up here at this point in time? It seems oddly strange and random.
Well,
No! I was told to come here. I went back to my lair and tried to contact Zagatmoy, and she told me that everyone's waiting for me here.
Oh, you are coming for the conference. You should have said early. Please, just head upstairs. I will go back to read my secret books, which are much more interesting than this conversation.
I'll waddle up to Landro while he does that and saying, I don't know what happened, buddy, but it's good to see you again. Now that you look so cool, can you sign this instrument, please?
And he gets his massive robotic arm and wraps his hand around the instrument and destroy all the chords as he's grabbing the instrument, and just all the chords just burst, and as he raises the instrument, you can see that his grip is a bit too strong, and it's starting to destroy the instrument that had been signed by so many important people.
I gave him the legendary Oleb harp. Are you saying Landro is able to destroy a legendary item?
Well, he's destroyed the chords, not the entire item, and
The strings.
the strings, yes. And he's pulling up the item, and then he looks in front of it. He puts right in front of the crystal, and then the crystal releases this very small beam of force, and it starts to carve Landrel's barcode into the item. And then he gives back to you, and all you see is this bunch of bars curved into, and he says,
There you go. I have authenticated this item. If you show me this in the future, I will assume you are the owner of this item, and you can use this to identify yourselves.
Well, I've already shared my secret with you beforehand in that cranium, but yeah, I'm glad I have your signature. Thank you, Landro.
Cyril will go up, put an arm on Creek's shoulder, and go, "Don't worry, bud." And he'll cast Mending to restore the cords that are broken.
excellent.
Thanks, Cyril.
Excellent.
It's good as new, and it has a nice barcode on it. I'll miss my boy. He's grown up so big.
Legend, just a heads up. I don't know if you are using your voice mod for Landro, but it's just your normal voice that's coming through.
Oh, I am using my voice mod for Landro.
Yeah, it's not coming through. We're just hearing you talk.
I appreciate that. Let me try and fix that now.
How about now? Can you hear Landro?
Yep, that's
Yes.
Landro.
Very well. All right, thanks for the heads up.
And Drazov is gonna linger back for a moment and come up to Landro and go, "So you say it has been nearly 10 years. How are you coming on processing that data that you had promised me? We had an arrangement."
That processing is complete and has been delivered.
Fantastic. That is what I wanted to hear. You are a very good crystal. All right, I will be on my way now.
Very well.
And he returns to scan all the books in the library. As you guys can see him just opening the books. And Creek, the annoying thing about how he opens the book is that he opens very delicately so as not to harm the books. But with your instrument, he seemed to not treat with the same care. And he's scanning all the books page by page.
Oh no.
And as you reach, let me bring you all to the next floor. As you reach the top of these stairs.
Do you think he's mad with me?
I don't think he knows how to process mad. I think you'll be okay.
Okay.
You reach the top of the stairs, and to your surprise and to their surprise, Zagat Midge, she says to Midge,
Oh, you arrived! Finally! Wait a second, I'm so confused! This is all of our, alternate selves from the merged universe! What are you talking about? You are the fake ones. I was the original one. Please don't start this again, I'm so confused!
Wait, where's original Creek?
and you destroyed him. And
I barely remember that.
You absorbed him.
Oops.
Creek side A, Creek side B. Yeah, Steven Seagal I'm not impressed with.
And you see there on the corner, and he says, "Oh my! Look at all of you! I couldn't even believe Zagat Midge when she was telling me that you were all alive. I can see that you are not bringing the fake Ronaldo with you, which probably means that he's destroyed, right?" And he says that with a smile on his face.
So
Hello,
this
is-
is not the one this is not Rodolfo. Who is this that we're talking to?
This one is the Ronaldo from the original timeline, the 9 o'clock Liches
Okay.
Ronaldo.
Okay.
The one that Ronaldo has trapped into a doll for a good chunk of time until you guys went to the ziggurat, and apparently he was freed from the doll and has left his simulacrum taking care of his mansion. In the name of the simulacrum of this one is Rodolfo, and he is now here in this reunion, and he's surprised to see all of you, and he is particularly interested to know if his alternate self, which he hates with a passion, has been destroyed, and you can see him saying that with a smile.
But we don't know though.
We
We don't know where Ronaldo is.
You don't know where he is, so how do you want to answer this?
Well, last time I saw him, he looked a lot like us.
Oh, that is unfortunate. I may have to rethink my priorities after this meeting, folks, as I have some things that I may have to attend. But let's hear from the ones that disappeared for so long. Where have you been? What have you been doing? And where is the rod of 7 parts that you've hijacked with yourselves when you went away?
You sure are arrogant. Do you even know what we've become?
Just as I remember Ronaldo.
I can see you have one too many arms, and you are slightly taller, Midge, which suits you well. But unfortunately, I don't really have time for chit-chat.
Midge looks over at the others.
Anyone want to fill him in?
Yeah, sure. I'll take a stab at it. Ronaldo, my buddy. I hope the music has been well and your parties have been plentiful, and I'll walk over to him. I'll give you a short recap, and I'll spare the theatrics. We found all 7 pieces of the rod. We traveled to the destination Vokar told us to go to, and after a long adventure, we acquired the power we need to turn us into these weird 6-legged creatures. And I said, look at my hands! And each of my hands are like doing different fingers. Never could have done that before. But granted, Vokar's sacrifice is what led us to have this power, and now it is time to resume on our vendetta against the Wizard One, the goddess of magic, the queen of all dragons.
Oh,
And that is why we're here.
oh, Creek, my boy, you are so outdated. I feel sorry for you. Oh, and Zugget Midge, it's so unpolite when you invite people to a gathering and you don't introduce the individuals in the room.
Oh, yes. My bad. So I'm Zugget Mitch, and this to my side is Pretty Cyril, and that one is Necrolumpa, and that's her simulacrum, Elsie the Seventh, and behind Cyril is his boyfriend, Steven Seagal, and sitting on
Sorry.
sitting on the couch is our new friend Jergo, who is also conspiring with us to against the god of death, Vecna. Oh yes, Vecna is now the god of death, and Jergo is not really happy about it. You may have heard of Jergo. He's known as the Lord of the End of Everything. He's known as the final scribe. He is the one who abdicated of his position to give the throne to Kalimvor, Lord of Death. And then that throne has been usurped as Kalimvor was wiped out of everyone's memory in favor of Vecna. However, Jergo has a record with all the names of the dead, and that record's even beyond Vecna's power. And he saw the name of Kalimvor in it, and he came to join us in our mission to avenge to avenge a lot of things against the god of death.
Oh yes, thank you for this introduction, Zugget Mitch. In fact, it is quite nice to see that all of you had your little holiday while we've been working so hard for the past 10 years. And the only thing we've managed to accomplish is that we have some pretty good wine in these meetings, because the Vecna is stronger than ever thanks to your help by disappearing with the Rod of 7 Parts.
Well, you guys did your own thing and we got ours. Granted, we're not the same liches as we were before. We've acquired some beyond material plane powers. I was able to cast multiple spells at once. But I think you guys have been doing a lot of prep work. Before I tell about what we should do, can I try some of that wine actually? You said it's really good. I want to taste it. Please.
Of course, Creek. Oh, how unpolite of me. Please, take my glass.
Why, thank you. And I'll take it with the middle arm on the left side, and I drink it. And how is it?
It's probably
Above
the
the
best
table,
wine. Probably the best wine you ever tasted.
How are you drinking that?
You haven't tasted.
You don't have a mouth.
I guess up his nose, as is the best wine you ever sniffed it.
Oh yeah, that's right. We don't have mouths, do we?
No.
I
Wait,
forgot.
what? How have I been able to tell him stuff? Oh wait, we're using our minds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
we
talk
speak
telepathic.
mentally.
Yeah.
that would have helped me.
And you put the wine up your nose, up your nostrils, and it's the best wine you ever sniffed. And then, of course, you guys see Steven Seagal just flies across the room to get behind Pretty Zero and start to massage Pretty Zero's shoulders.
Oh, baby, that's so good.
Midge, Spellweaver Midge will come up behind and give Zugget Midge a good, thorough investigation. Just trying to understand what her alternate self has become.
Very well. And she's also staring thoroughly at you, and she says,
You know, you got very lucky. You were such a disappointment to the queen. And then he came and took all the layers of the abyssment. Our queen was trapped, and you went on your vacation. Thanks to me, I saved her, and now we are one. I didn't take a vacation. Where we went, time moved at a different pace than apparently it moved here. We took the Rod of 7 Parts, took the adventure, and unlocked what the Rod was originally intended to do. And what was that?
She looks around at everyone, at the rest of her Spellweaver compatriots, and mentally will just speak to them. I'm not going to use the voice, and ask if we reveal what we truly are. This is just in your heads, guys.
Don't see why not.
All right. Creek, Drazov,
I mean, wait.
do you see any reason why we shouldn't? I mean, these are potential allies, I think.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean,
yeah.
I think everybody except for Drazov is already, like, what we really are is already visible.
Yeah, but they don't know. They may not
What
know
a
what a
Spellweaver
Spellweaver
is.
is.
Yeah.
They've been gone for so.
Okay.
They don't. They have yet to understand what it is that we are.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think-
I'm on board with going full reveal.
Okay. So Midge will open up her mind to everyone. Just for saving my voice, Midge will relay the tale of defeating Zargon and the obelisk and the Spellweaver, just as much as she can remember about the whole situation, and that the Spellweavers allegedly are the only things that Vecna used to be afraid of. But the one part that Midge will leave out is that we have been removed from the weave. She will not reveal that.
Very well.
And to accentuate Midge's point, Drazov is going to Misty Step over here and drop his disguise as he muscles or kind of just shoves the seagull boyfriend out of the way, and starts massaging Pretty Cyril with his 6 arms.
All right. So first of all, for you to burn the spell slot for the Misty Step.
Misty Step is a signature spell, so I don't actually.
Well.
It doesn't cost me a spell slot.
Very well.
And yeah.
And then roll an athletics to try and shove Steven Seagal out of the way.
All right.
Big arms. He's pretty strong. Nope.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm guessing that didn't pass.
You try to push him out of the way. Oh boy, he rolled a nat 1. You try to push him out of the way. He was so scared by you transforming and how many arms were coming out and the fire that he just politely just stepped away and let you. And then he looks what you're doing with your hands, trying to massage Pretty Cyril, and he says,
"Hey, what the hell are you doing? Take your hands off him."
This is my Lich. My Lich. Mine.
Oh hell no.
Pretty Cyril's gonna look behind him with the grotesque 6 arms touching his shoulders, gonna say, "Oh." He's gonna Misty Step behind Seagull, behind his wing, and he's gonna say, "Honey, don't ever let him touch me again."
and
This has gone so wrong so fast.
and Steven Seagal
Says, "Back off, buddy, before I shove this trident all the way up your ass."
And regular Cyril's gonna stand up with the after hearing this to signate that he's with Drazov here after his previous encounter with Steven.
So, Cyril, roll an investigation check for us.
Regular Cyril or Pretty Cyril?
Regular Cyril, ugly Cyril, Spellweaver Cyril. Pretty Cyril is an
22.
NPC at the moment. Spellweaver Cyril, you look into the situation. You're trying to understand how come Steven Seagal, who is a mortal enemy of you, became so fond of Pretty Cyril, and then you've realized that Pretty Cyril has that charm to him, which is not affecting you guys for whatever reason, but it seems to be affecting Steven Seagal quite bad. Oh, as well as Drazov. And Steven Seagal seems to be permanently charmed by Pretty Cyril.
Legend, can I do an insight check to see if Pretty Cyril is into Steven Seagal?
By all means, yes.
Oh yeah, let me see if it's mutual.
Sit him.
Tell me, does 25, what does that give me?
You know Pretty Cyril. You know Cyril better, and you think he's just he's just playing Steven Seagal because he's too powerful and he can kick his ass. So he's just letting Steven Seagal. I mean, it's better to get a massage from the guy than a punch, right? So he's just letting Steven Seagal do whatever he wants, and Pretty Seagal is just going with it so he can manipulate Steven Seagal to do whatever he wants. As that's quite a powerful Seagal.
Well,
And so
after relaying all of that, Midge will say,
So, it appears that our goals are aligned. So, shall we work together to try to take down the Whispered One?
and you can see the Necrolumpa, who's been so quiet up to this point, has just been watching all of you and kind of studying all of you, and just tapping her nails on the side of the couch, and she says,
So, if what you are saying is true, then what exactly is that you can do in this new shape?
"Oh God."
Could we turn into these spellweavers as well?
unfortunately not. It was a limited amount of us who could, and I think for us to go back there would be not advised. But in this form, we can play rock, paper, scissors with ourselves, and the outcomes are endless.
Yeah, I had 6 high fives at the same time. 3 of them hit, though.
So you are proposing we team up after you disappear with the rod and let us to fight Vecna for 10 years on ourselves?
Yes.
It is the
Exactly.
will of Vokar.
I mean, better late than never.
We had no control of time where we were. In fact,
was it under her house that the
yes,
Ziggurat
it was
was?
under her lair. Yes.
Yeah.
in fact, Necrolumpa, we were right under your nose the entire time. What do you mean? The ziggurat that we traveled to is underneath your lair. What? Is that what Vokar was doing there all the time? Yep, absolutely. Oh, that rascal where is Vokar, by the way?
Which one?
He's dead.
One's also stuck in the maze.
Well, you see,
Just to save my voice, Midge will relay that Vokar was a part of the original, when he was a partner of Vecna, that was part of the original binding or capturing of the Spellweaver, and the Spellweaver just snapped their fingers and just destroyed Vecna on the spot. Or not Vecna, but destroyed
Vokar.
Vokar on the
Vokar.
spot. Yeah.
well, I know Vokar for a long time. Say what you will about him, but he helped me a lot. And we wouldn't be here today and still existing if wasn't for him. There are liches being hunted down all over the multiverse. Vecna is getting rid of all of them. And all the powerful spellcasters are just being used as offers to Vecna. And if it wasn't for Vokar, we wouldn't be here today. He's the only one.
Midge will say,
Well, there's still one more version of Vokar. So he's not completely gone. Yes, we try, but it's not like you can talk to the Lady of the Pain whenever you want. And it's not like we can take him out of that maze he was trapped in, thanks to you guys.
Above the
Drizzle
table, guys,
is-
we have a wish spell. Do we want to wish Vokar out of the maze?
I mean, would that even work?
I don't know. She stopped a comet that was going to destroy a part of her city, and she is an overgod.
Yeah, I feel like that's just gonna like
And if an
get
overgod,
us all trapped in a maze.
if a god like Vecna could cut our weave magic, I'm scared to know what an overgod could do, especially since in the description of our character, an overgod can screw us over.
I
I'm
still
just
think,
asking. That was just that was above the table. I'm just asking.
Oh, no, no
yeah,
worries.
Of course, yeah, just spitballing back.
absolutely.
I would like to also point out that in the new wish spell 2024, they actually put in the text of the spell that one of the people in the multiverse you can't fuck with is the Lady of Pain. So it's actually in the text.
Midge is not 2024. Midge is 2014.
Yes, I'm just pointing out
Yeah.
to the players.
Okay. All right.
That is kind of
Funny. Does it actually
This,
mention her?
the guys from the design of the game actually put it there. I'll quote for you. If your wish would undo the multiverse itself, threaten the city of Sigil, or affect the Lady of Pain in any way, you see an image of her in your mind for a moment. She shakes her head,
God.
and your wish fails.
Oh, that's wicked.
Man, how many people
Wow.
were messing with her?
They actually put that in a spell. I can imagine what motivated them to
That's
put it there.
crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, do we mess with AO instead? It sounds like that's the loophole.
No, we're just gonna let that version of Vokar just deal with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's 10 years on. He's a demi-lich now as well.
I mean, well, we don't know what the time passage in that place is.
Yeah, in the maze.
So
True.
I think like our previous plan still stands, right?
I'm sure he's a contingency when he's away from his phylactery. That guy's always crafty.
Sitting on the other couch of the room, hearing all this conversation as well, also very calm and quiet so far. By the way, all of you have heard of Jurgal. Jurgal was, some say he was a member of an alien race that resemble a cross between humanoid and a praying mantis. Many say that he's a mummy, that he's not a lich. And you've heard all sorts of things about him. The most unusual thing about Jurgal is his personality. He's loyal to the office of death, to put it that way. But he's more powerful than the person that is holding the office. He was the original god of death from the Faerun pantheon. And then he ceded his position. The fact that he's standing here in front of you means that he's no longer a deity. He gave up. He gave up from being a god. And he gave his seat to Kalimvor. And once he gave his seat to Kalimvor, he actually served Kalimvor for some time. And then left. And he's been... there is still some people in the multiverse that venerate him, although probably not in this form. He is a legend in the Lich community. He is one of those individuals that the Liches have heard about, that have strange motivations that no one understands. But the most important thing you know about him is that he is the final scribe. He carries an item of ultimate importance that some say was created by AO himself. That is this scroll, this endless scroll that he carries with him, where the names of all those that die appear in it. And he sometimes writes the names of individuals in there as well. And when he does, that person is no more. You think that you would think that he could erase anyone from existence, but that scroll usually just keeps the names of mortals that have been that are dead, not the names of gods. And it's a scroll that for what you've learned so far is how he realized that Vecna had taken the throne of Kalimvor. Kalimvor was originally a mortal before becoming the Lord of Death, as he was once known. He had his mortal days. So when he was when he was stripped of his deityness, of his godhood, his name appeared in the scroll for that. And as you were talking, you can see that he's just going through the scroll and reading the last names that appear at the bottom of the scroll. And he's looking in there and he says, Vokar is not dead. At least not by my accounts. He's probably still in the maze. And he still exists. I don't have your names in my scroll, so it's not surprising that I see you in front of me. There are some things you must know. Among all the different versions of Vecna as a god, that who is the Lord of Death is probably the most powerful among all of them. When I left my throne and gave it to Kalimvor, I gave him power beyond anything that is known. Some say that death is the first child of darkness and time. The death precedes life. And that is one of the most ancient portfolios in the multiverse. Well, I can tell you that we've been trying to plot a way to undo what the god of death Vecna has done. And so far, we have not been successful. I've came to Sigil to apply myself for the job of Facto Skull. And I was very surprised when that was given to the vampire. It seems that things are taking a weird twist, and the names of the dead now appear in duplicates in my scroll. Sometimes I see the same name, and a few months later, that name appears again. Someone is messing with reality and with time itself, and that is forbidden.
Freak pipes up and says, "No way, Strahd von Zarovich got the role?"
And Necrolumpa says,
No! It's now Vecna. He's the leader of the Heralds of the Dust. That's why we keep all these sigils around and these runics around the sanctum, Because he used to come in all the time, and we didn't want to, so we put some protection, and now he can't cross it.
Drezolf has just misty stepped across the room and then sidled up to Jergal and is whispering in his ear. So, do you think you could maybe add that Steven Seagull guy to your list? Maybe just remove a little obstacle for me, just a little quid pro quo. You know, yeah, yes. I
It
would be
is
more than happy
Orden.
to do some favors.
I love that you just did that because you don't actually have to whisper. You could have just talked to him from the other side of the room into his head.
With his mind.
Yeah.
But he still has all the quirks and the habits of having a mouth.
I know.
Exactly.
That's amazing. It's like me
So-
drinking wine.
Roll persuasion.
Okay, that's not gonna go well. All right, that's a 10.
Very well. And Jurgle turns to you and says, "There are rules to the name of the death that appeared in my scroll, and I'm one to follow them, not bend them."
I understand. Yes, you will not help me. Okay, very well. So then, it seems we must
Is your
go
name
and find.
Drazov?
My name is Grimfos the Obscene.
And he looks into his scroll, and he says, "Yes, my impression your name was here, if your name was Drazov. But I guess that's just my impression."
Yes, well, maybe you should have your book checked, or your eyes checked, or something checked, because clearly you are ridiculous and useless.
And as you were saying this to the original god of death, he finds he finds your name in his scroll and says, "Oh, there it is. As I was saying, Dr. Azov, the original. Isn't that you?"
No, that is not me.
He was erased from existence about 2 years ago by Vecna.
Good for him. Good for him.
God, it was a bit of
His
a nutter.
last words were, "Could I just take a little peek into that book?"
That does sound like him. I mean, he was a bit much. I mean, really, best left in the dustbin of history. Now then.
Well, I can tell you that after the first name appears, it doesn't take long until the second one appears.
Yes, I'm sure that would be a problem for someone else down the line.
Of course. If you ever come across Drazov, perhaps you should let him know.
Yes, I'm sure that I will. Of course, naturally.
So, you went all the way to this ziggurat, and then you went outside time, and then you come back 10 years later, all to have 6 arms? Is that what the rod's supposed to do? Then I'm sorry, but the rod is useless. What is that Vocart tell us we're supposed to do with the rod?
I explained. Sorry, when I role played, I just didn't explain, but I told her everything about who the spell weavers were and stuff. The only thing I left out was the fact that Vecna took away our access to the weave. So she unless she doesn't believe what I said, I explained all of that earlier.
Very well. It's not that she doesn't believe for what you understand.
Yeah.
She is diminishing what being a spellweaver is. She doesn't think it's all that much.
Oh, okay.
She's just making little out of it.
Okay,
And
I see.
she's
She's putting us down.
Yes, pretty much. And she's putting all of you down, and now she's a bit upset about the rod of 7 parts, which they apparently they've been for what you guys can gather here by your, let's say, by your passive insight, and by your unfortunate ability to read surface thoughts all the time.
Yeah.
You are gathering here that they all blamed you guys for years for being the cause of their lack of success in stopping Vecna. They all have some sort of resentment against you guys for, forming your little group and taking the rod of 7 parts with you and then just disappearing. And most importantly, they resent you for failing, which they thought you had failed for all these years. And they've been themselves trying to find ways that don't have to rely on the rod of 7 parts of Volcar to try and take down Vecna.
Necrolumpa was with us for a while and she left. So she could have been with us.
She could have.
Yeah.
But you think that they all thought you guys had failed, and in 10 years they've been blaming their lack of success on the fact that you guys took the only rod of 7 parts that they can put together. The other one, it's with Kaz, and they couldn't progress in their vendetta against Vecna because of you guys. You kind of put them on a roadblock. And that's the impression you're getting from their thoughts, that when you propose to pair up and team up, there was some reservations on everyone's part because they've been hating you for so long that it's kind of hard to, now you guys just appear and they say, oh yeah, let's be friends again. Oh, and that's it. That's for everyone in the room except Steven Seagull, who the only thoughts in his head are his shoulders getting sore again.
Spellweaver Midge will look at Zucket Midge and say,
So, the magic that we had access to 10 years ago before we allegedly disappeared, correct?
Yes.
Well, now, name 2 cantrips that you know beyond the shadow of a doubt that I was unable to cast before I disappeared.
Well, I don't know. What were you not able to cast?
I only had access to druid spells, if you recall.
I would say... doing a cleric spell.
and
like
Midge will.
guidance or...
It's funny because I've been waiting to do guidance.
All right.
And she'll reach out her hand and cast guidance on Zucket Midge.
Very well. And as you do so, Zucket Midge receives that passing, and she says,
Oh, I can feel the difference. So now you
Now,
can...
how about a bard spell?
Hey, Creek, what's a spell that you have access to that I can't? Cantrip,
Ooh,
if you
and
know what I mean.
I whisper, ooh, do some vicious mockery. I've always wanted to hear how good you are at insulting people.
And
But wait,
Midge,
that damages them.
yeah. Midge goes,
How about minor illusion?
and Midge will cast minor illusion and in one of her hands, showing what is it Zargon? Was that the name of the god that the guy that we defeated? Showing what Zargon.
This is who we defeated in order to gain access to the obelisk. I couldn't cast minor illusion 10 years ago. Wow, that's very impressive. You went all the way there just to get this, just to make a little illusion on your hand. Wow, how is that going to help us defeat Vecna?
Creek ups the ante and goes like, oh, watch this, and he's gonna cast Eldritch Blast 3 times in a row with each all at once, and you just see 12 beams hit the ceiling. This Creek's just shooting Eldritch Blasts everywhere.
And as Creek is playing pew 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 pew, like one of those Western cowboys that just entered into a bar and just kicking the double doors and just start shooting everywhere. And you can see the ceiling is unharmed by the attack, but real Ronaldo says, "Oh, come down there, my dear friend Creek. You guys are getting too excited about your new abilities. Oh, and I'm sure they are fantastic. But what I think Zagat Midge is trying to say is, how is that is going to contribute for us to defeat Vecna? I mean, if you want to pair up and discover the things we've discovered about Vecna, you are going to have to, provide a sort of incentive. What exactly is that we gain in pairing up with you? After all, you left us behind when you went on your little trip."
and Midge says,
Well, as I explained before, now everyone use your listening ears. Spellweavers were the only people that have ever stopped Vecna in the past. Oh yes, that was the Spellweavers, but what you explained to us is you like a copy Spellweaver, right? You're not like the original ones. They gave us all the power the Spellweavers possess.
There's 5 of us, 4 of us here right now, and we've one elsewhere preoccupied, but we'll all meet up eventually.
Oh yeah, so this other Ronaldo, is he a Spellweaver as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But not sure where he's gone.
I must say that I'm appalled by the idea of having to, put our efforts together and support that foul creature that trapped me into a doll. If it wasn't for my dear Rovina, I would never have come out of it. Oh yes, I am not. I am the real Ronaldo. And I'm very, very and particularly hurt by the fact that this individual is still alive. If I see him, I'll destroy him. Oh, apologies. I sometimes can get a bit testy with my feelings.
I think the math slipped a little bit.
You mean to tell me that you just whine like a bitch?
Oh no, I whine like a lich.
Can't make those jokes anymore.
And as he says that, as he says I whine like a lich, he grabs another glass of wine.
Well, listen,
So,
Zagat Midge, you were the one that told me to come here. So if you don't want to team up with us, fine.
Well, I saw
Can-
you in my mind, and guys, although I think they are full of themselves, and they think they are all the big things, I don't think you guys realize that, okay, you are powerful and whatnot, but when the Spellweavers defeated Vecna, he was not the god of death, or the god of magic, or the god of secrets, or the mother of dragons, or nothing like that. He was not the overlord of the abyss. So, it seems to me that you guys are a bit overconfident. But anyway, for those of you who came here for the conference, I'm sorry to disturb our secret gathering, but I thought it would be useful for us to, get some explanation and some closure out of all these things they've been doing. And in my honest opinion is, if we need some meat shields and we need some infantry to go ahead and try and defeat Vecna, we might as well send them. After all, they are so powerful.
Midge is starting to walk off already. She's like, she's fed up.
Creek is just going over the jurgle for a little bit.
It seems to me.
I say, Zagat Midge, you are being not very diplomatic, and perhaps you should leave the diplomacy to real Ronaldo and Pretty Cyril, who seems to be very good at it. All I can say is we have for many years now gathered intelligence to try and go against one of the versions of Vecna, the god of death. And we came across information of where you can find some of the other ones. But it's not an easy trip. If you want to try yourselves, I would advise to go against the Mother of Dragons, which is the weakest one of the Vecnas. But I can tell you where you can find the God of Secrets, the Lord of Death, and the Mother of Dragon. I don't know where the Overlord of the Abyss is, and we never came across any information about where you can find the Goddess of Magic. I assume no one can find the Goddess of Magic unless she wants to be found. Anyway, if you think this information is going to be useful to you, it won't harm our plans if you take action against Vecna. Oh, Jurgal, you are always so wise. Yes, Midge, you know. Oh, you. Tall Midge. Relax. You are so short-fused. Have some wine, dear. Let's sit down. It's like you can't... I mean, in the past, you were much more of a little rascal, throwing fleas in my hair and playing around. And look at you now. You are so impatient. Perhaps this whole transformation was not just bad for your fashion sense. Perhaps it was also bad to your mind.
Midge casts infestation in his wig.
And he goes, "Oh, there you go, Midge. Of course. Why did I say anything?" And he takes his wig and starts to pat his wings out of the fleas.
Drazol, with his hands already back on Pretty Cyril's shoulders, is going.
And Steven
say-
Seago is gonna push you to the other side of the room. And
Yeah,
that's a
that's gonna
shove.
be an opposed check.
That's a 21 on athletics check to shove you. You gotta beat a 21.
All right, yeah, he's probably gonna pass that, but oh yeah, no, he's definitely gonna pass that.
You are pushed to sit back into that couch all the way across the room. And Steven Seagal is pissed off at you. And he
All
said,
right.
As I told you to stay away from him.
You know, it seems to me that we would benefit from the assistance of this factual cast. Perhaps I should go and talk to him, and it would probably be best if someone were to go along with me. Someone with some strength. Someone like
talking to
this
Cass.
this Steven Seagal here.
and he says,
I'm not going anywhere with you.
Good luck going talk to Cass.
Necrolumpa's voice.
They,
It's not coming out. no.
yes.
After Midge's voice, Necrolumpa's voice is really hard. Necrolumpa says,
Cass is not gonna like to see any one of us. After all,
You're not going to be able to talk tomorrow.
Cass is not gonna be able to. He's not gonna want to talk to any of us. He's very important in Seago now. But anyway, you can try. I can sit
Yes.
with you if you want to.
Yes, I don't intend on approaching as myself, and I can see that Steven Seagal there is too scared, too afraid, too much of a coward to accompany me on this journey. So I will go alone. It is fine. I am truly sorry, dear pretty Cyril, that your new companion is so weak, so afraid. But yes, I will go alone. I will go to see this factual cast.
and
I'm
as
getting
you are
flashbacks here.
as you are going, you see Steven Seagal putting his hands on Pretty Cyril's shoulders and start to massage him, and he looks at you and he says,
Mine.
Oh, there, Steven. It's okay.
Mine.
He's gone now.
very well. Drazov, so you want to go to meet Facto Kaz, is that correct? What about the rest of you? What do you want to do?
Yes, although I do want to point out that I am casting infestation on Steven Seagal on my way out the door.
Very well. And as you do so, he immediately starts to burn his radiant aura and burn all the fleas out of his body.
Yeah, figures. Whatever. All right.
Very well. As Razov is going downstairs, Spellweaver Mage, Cyril, Creek, what would you like to do? Would you like to negotiate the intel that these guys have gathered on Vecna? Would you like to try and continue trying to convince them to pair with you? What would you like to do?
Above table, I do think pairing with them would be ideal.
Yeah, if Midge isn't getting anywhere, she's pretty fed up. So
Yeah.
if you guys want to do that, then you guys
No,
are
I
going to
know.
take the lead.
I'm just trying
I
to
will
think.
join you on that, Cyril. I'll team up with you as I play some instruments. I'll get Jurgle's signature later. Well, Creek will stay, and he says, "Do you mind if I sit over here, Zug and Midge? I know I've been standing this entire time."
And
Just move out of the way.
and someone just sent me a so yes, to answer the question that I just got here through DM. Yes, Jurgle is for what I understand a character in the Baldur's Gate 3 game that helps you respawn your characters. Yes, that's the same Jurgle.
Who messaged you? How did you get a message?
I got
Through
a DM on
YouTube?
I got a DM on Discord from one
Oh,
of
that's
our
funny.
from one of our players in the service. That the same Jurgle that from Baldur's Gate 3. Yes, it's not the same from Baldur's Gate 3, but Jurgle is a character in Baldur's Gate 3. This one has slightly different lore and story to him.
That's awesome.
All right. So with that, Cyril, Creek, Spellweaver, Mead, you're going with Drazov, I assume? Or are you going somewhere else?
No, I asked Zug and Midge to sit on the couch for a moment. I think he said yes. Says, "All right, well, 10 years, you guys know me. I'm my own bard. Although time was not on our side, we're brought now. And granted, you guys have done a lot of work, and I will respect that, especially persevering without us. I'm sorry. I know we haven't said that before, but we have also connected the rod and believed in Vokar and how we got to here. Now I know now I know the Whispered One has acquired power beyond what I can expect. We have met the Whispered One, I'll say. Not fight her. But honestly, I am willing to listen, and I am willing to share with you guys as you were offered to me. Plus, I'm the first one of us to say sorry, so that's got to say something."
Roll persuasion.
Mitch will cast guidance.
Sweet. With the D4 on top of that.
And we don't know.
21. So with the 20. Oh, hold on. With the 24.
Very well. As you sit down and you talk to the other ones, you can see that Necrolumpa is inclined to agree with you. As although she has her reservations, she thinks it would her resentment towards Vecna is bigger, and therefore she is inclined to agree with you. Pretty Cyril, how would Pretty Cyril react to this?
Pretty Cyril will be flattered at least at the apology, the attempt to make amends, but will probably be hesitant to release information.
Very well. And Steven Seagal is too distracted, and Zugget Midge says,
You know, Creek, now that you are old, I tell you what, I think we have a trust issue here. I mean, I know the other Midge, and there is a side of me that feels like I'm connected to her. But there's also a side of me that feels betrayed. And I think that there is a matter of trust here. Perhaps what we are missing is a gesture of goodwill. I agree with Jurgle. Our interests are aligned. And I would suggest, how about you guys try to do a little gesture of goodwill and, I don't know, out of the top of my head, take down one of the Vecnas. And then, after that, perhaps we'll help you take down the next one.
Well, that I can see. I would appreciate a little information gives advantage on that one. Granted, as you know, Zug and Midge, I'm the only Creek, thankfully, so there isn't a second side of me.
So we've heard. Yes.
But you were willing to listen and to talk, and I appreciate you taking my apology. So we need to show that we're ready to go the distance. 10 years? I can't imagine what you guys went through without us being alone, not having Vokar. And now I feel, without Vokar, my guidance is on our own. But yeah, if we can show that we're serious and that we can show that our words have value, then hopefully that's the next step to why can't we all work together to accomplish this.
And Rio Ronaldo steps into the middle of the room and say, "Oh, I'm so glad we came to compromise. But as I said earlier, I really don't have the time to have to deal with all these things. I have some personal matters to attend, and I didn't have much time for this meeting to start with. And now that you tell me that there is another Ronaldo out there that deserves to be erased, I'll have to return to my affairs. So, if you all don't mind, I will see you when you get back from your next little initiative." And he steps out of the room. And
once he steps out, could I telepathically whisper something to Zugget Midge alone, or will everyone hear it?
yeah, you can. Yeah.
I'll say, it says, well, aside from that gesture, I'll tell you this. Once I gained that power, the Whispered One visited me, and although I can cast almost any spell in my arsenal, my magic to the weave, she cut me off.
You're gonna reveal that?
Only to Zugget Midge, just to me. Only to me, I'm gonna say. That's what I say. Only in my case.
Okay.
The others, I know they're fine, but I don't know how we can restore my connection even after we beat this one. Do you have some way to help me with my issue?
And she
a mixture
says,
of truth and lie.
And she says to you,
So you're telling me that it sucks to be you?
Zugget
I
Midge,
hate myself.
Just
I
like
hate
you.
myself.
No, that's this. I know like that. I know you're like that, Zugget Midge. But the midges I both knew were also good to me as well. And you know I don't ask for help unless I really need it. So even after I show you that we're willing to go to distance, I need help with that. Otherwise, I feel like just a similar acronym myself.
and
I've seen how powerful the Whispered One is, the goddess of magic.
she says,
What kind of help do you want?
Well, for them, information will be better. But for me, how do I restore my access back to the weave? You know I'm better at singing songs. I'm not that smart with magic.
I think that's a better question for you to ask Necrolumpa. She's the one that is the book smarts around here. I
guess
don't know how you do that.
That's alright, but I see that you were really speaking for this group. If we can take this with, aside from us joining you, could we put a good word into Necrolumpa to help me with my individual issue?
Sure. You got it.
I trust you because you're also Midge. So that is a gesture of my good faith to you, of the good and the bad I've went through. And Creek will go back to talking to everyone and says, "All right, you guys have heard.
And Creek, despite her apparent bitterness, you can sense her thoughts, and you sense that she was swayed by your words.
So there's a version of the Whispered One we must defeat, the Mother of Dragons. Well,
You can start with the Mother of Dragons, or you can start with the God of Secrets, or if you really want to test your luck, you can try the God of Death. Now, I can assure you, if you go to the God of Secrets, because he is the one sustaining the ritual of remaking for all these years, chances are all the other Vecnas will come to you. But if you go to the Mother of Dragon, likely is that no one's gonna come to her aid. Except for her champions.
facing dragons shouldn't be that terrifying. Well, and I looked at it. There's what was that one that we fought years ago? I guess apparently that one that had the 2 spells. That that purple dragon. As I look to a Nismizet.
Yes.
Oh.
He's one of the champions of the Mother of Dragons, and he's going to, well, he's a tough opponent. We have fought him a couple of times in the last years. Never ended well for us.
So, what would you suggest would be a good course of action for us? Because obviously, the 4 of us plus Ronaldo would like to get your trust back. But I mean, if you've already faced the Mother of Dragons, numerous times without succession, how would you?
We never faced the Mother of Dragons. We faced Nismizet, and he's quite powerful for a dragon.
Jeez.
He's her champion. The Mother of Dragons much worse.
And where would we?
Sorry,
Go
go
on.
for it.
No.
Above the table, let's say, well, we can concentrate on 2 spells. We can cast multiple spells. Individually, we can over counterspell or out magic Nismazet now compared to what we were before.
Mhm.
But the problem I'm not worried about is Nismazet. It's the Mother of Dragons with all the champions. And I'm not sure what other champions we'd have to fight. Maybe what's that guy's name with the arm and it goes like, "Hey, bro!" The one that runs the casino.
Yeah.
Archon the Cruel.
Archon the Cruel.
Hey, man.
Like,
the other
bro.
issue obviously is going to be spell slots, not wanting to go through too many.
Yeah, and I only revealed that I'm the only one who's not connected to the weave. But if I can get their trust back, I think they can fix my issue.
Yeah.
Well, if you are as powerful as you have declared to be, then you can face all the Vecnas in one go. Go after the God of Secrets and the rest will come to you. Now, if you want to take them down one by one, the weakest version of the Vecna is the Mother of Dragons. If you can't take that one down, you have no hope for the others. And if you want to take the strongest version of him first, to send a chilling message to the rest of them, go for the Lord of Death.
Jurgle, I appreciate your advice. I think I know which one to go for. But tell me this: the Mother of Dragons is a demigod, or are they a god? Correct?
She is a god, yes.
Well, liches, like I'm gonna use an example of a lich. When a lich dies, there's a phylactery, and then we resurrect. And the weakness to a lich is their phylactery. What about a god, though? Can gods even die, or what is the weakness of a god?
Well, the weakness of a god is that it has no more believers, and then it can't come back to resurrect. just like a lich, a god would come back if its believers continue to believe in the god, but would still come back in a weaker form. And after some years, not like a lich that would come back to life in a few days.
So even if we, let's theoretically beat the Mother of Dragons, we would need to target its believers after as well?
Well, my opinion is that if you take down the Mother of Dragons, dragons are so powerful and so proud, particularly the chromatic ones, that the Mother of Dragons would already lose a lot of its believers, and someone would try to take her place.
Okay.
If someone takes the place of the Mother of Dragons, then and usurp her throne, then that is, all the believers and all their prayers are gonna go to the new god, the new Mother of Dragons. Now, I have to tell you, the easiest way to usurp her throne is to take the throne for yourself.
Midge, hearing this, speaks into Creek's mind.
You know, I'm pretty good at being a dragon.
And I whisper back, well, I speak normally just to Midge, the Spellweaver Midge. We're like, yeah, your red Abershai self did save us in that lava, and so did my invulnerability. But honestly, that could give us the edge we need against the other Vecnas too. But I whispered to Midge that, not whispered to Midge. I tell Midge what I told Zug at Midge. I'm like, would that fix our problem as well with the magic?
I don't know.
Well,
Midge is just suggesting that if we defeat the Mother of Dragons, Midge could take on the form, could polymorph into a dragon.
As you ask the question, your disc provides you the knowledge to the answer, Creek. If you if you take down the Mother of Dragons, that will have no effect on the weave. If you
wait. Sorry, keep going.
If for your deep understanding of the weave right now, the only way you can regain access to the weave is if the goddess of magic grants you that. Usually, the goddess of magic doesn't unplug anyone who has the right to have access to the weave, who is either by its own nature or by nurture have gotten access to the weave. Usually the goddess of magic, it's unprecedented that the goddess of magic unplugged someone from the weave. That's usually goes against the laws of magic, goes against her own rules. But this is a different goddess of magic. And the only way you would gain access back to the weave would be to go for the goddess of magic first.
Not an over god could do anything about it?
An over god, if you of course, if you have that contact, I mean, if you have their phone number, just give them a call. See if they want to intervene on your behalf. Usually they don't, but usually they don't intervene on these matters. They just let creation takes its course. But you can always try.
Question: since when Vecna cut us all off from the weave, that also cut off Ronaldo, who his connection to magic is divine, since he's a cleric.
Yes. So in the
So
spellweaver form, your primary source of magic is sorcery, because these are the original sorcerers. They are natural sorcerers. That's not a class for
Okay.
them. That's part of their
Gotcha.
biology. So because he was cut off, the magic that he was casting was in this body was going to come from the spellweaver. But he can still pray. He can still ask for a divine intervention if needed be, and this kind of stuff. That would still be feasible. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just the spell slots wouldn't be coming from a deity. It would be coming from him, because as a spellweaver, he's casting with his biology.
Right, but like if one of us were to, like, if Midge, for example, were to take the place of the Mother of Dragons as a deity, would she then have be able to replenish her spell slots with divine essence without needing
that is
weave?
that is a great question. Yes, she would have a different source of magic, which is divine essence, which is what comes from her followers, the prayers that comes from her followers, and that is indeed a very powerful source of magic that she can use to, make miracles, make divine intervention, can do divine negation, can have a number of powerful abilities that follow becoming a deity. So including abilities that don't rely on the weave in order to operate. She wouldn't be able to cast spells using the weave, but she could definitely cast spells using divine essence.
All right. Well, then I know that I'm not in this particular scene, and like I can't in person or like in character.
Well, you're connected telepathically among yourselves.
Yeah,
you're not. Yeah, we can talk to each other
like
5 miles away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But like above the table, I'm just gonna say, yeah, I think you should go for that.
I think it would be fun.
do that.
I would love to try it. I think we need to go after the the Mother of Dragon. Yeah, let's go after the Mother of Dragons first, guys. I think that's.
Do you say this to Jurgo?
No, I'm just discussing this above the table. I'm just. I'm just.
Yeah, no, I'm also just saying above the table. Like, I think Mid should absolutely go become dragon goddess of chromatic dragons. That sounds awesome.
Very well. So this mage is applying for the job of Mother of Dragons. Very well. Since the other mage took the job,
we have to defeat both of my midges are going to become gods. This is fantastic. Yeah, Midge will telepathically tell Jurgal.
I think I'm in favor of taking down the Mother of Dragons.
Okay. So here's what we are going to do. We're going to give you the location of a place called the Forbidden Gates. And as he's saying that, he heads towards that door to your right, Midge. And he takes this golden key that he has on him, with a very fancy golden keychain. And he takes that and he opens the door, then he closes with the key. And as he closes with the key, he says, "Just go through this door and you head there. This is a place known as the Forbidden Gates. If you knock on the forbidden gates 3 times. It is said that you summoned the mother of dragons. And,
Too evil.
and he steps aside from the door. And on that note, across Sigil, is Drazov heading to the Heralds of Dust, to their base. And Drazov, do you remember how their building looks like? Because you kind of
vaguely.
struggled to find the sanctum the last time. So roll an intelligence check for me.
Yeah. All right. Ouch. Oh, right. That's just up on the. Oop. 22.
Very well. You do remember how to get there. Is the smoky building. And what is your plan? How do you want to get in?
Well, first of all, I'm going in disguised as Vokar.
As Volca.
And as Vokar, yeah. And did we fight our way in last time, or did we talk our way in?
Well, half and half.
Where's your potato?
The last time you went there, you summoned a comet, and you ended up going into a maze, and then coming out of the maze, and then talking to Facto Skull, getting an audience with him. So.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go in without summoning a comet this time.
Very well.
And I'm just gonna go in as Vokar, and gonna go in politely seeking an audience with Facto Kas.
Very well. As you arrive at the door and you bang at the iron gates, a person whose half of the head seems to be a ghost and the other half of the head seems to be a physical skull, answers the door, and they have this mask on their mouth, and they say, "How can I help you?"
Yes, I am Vokar, an old friend of your master. I seek an audience.
You seek an audience with whom?
With your master. Facto Cuz.
And roll persuasion.
Oh, yikes. I'm gonna use my inspiration to re-roll that.
Very well.
All right, that's a bit better. It's a 16.
There's a very busy. Facto Kaz is very busy. He doesn't give public audiences.
Is that after the 16 or?
Yes, that's after the 16. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna bang on the door again and say, "Really, tell him it is Vokar, his old friend. I assure you, he will want to see me."
You smell like a drunk to me.
Well, I cannot I cannot help but smell. It is just a part of getting old and getting decrepit.
Look, old man, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't want to disturb Factocast with this. So perhaps you should just, go back to the bar. There is a tavern just across the street.
Maybe you should just open the door then and let me bother Factocaz. Because if you do not open the door, then you will be a casualty.
Was that a threat? Very well. And then he closes the door, and you can hear the lock from the inside as the metal gate closes from the inside. Like something like this. Something really heavy locks on the inside of the metal door.
All right. Then, yeah, I think he's just gonna. Nope, I don't think it's gonna work.
So the last time you guys came here, you were you were relying on Pretty Cyril's charm to pass through the door, and then after that, you flew all the way up to those passages, to the external passages, because you can just step on them. They are just suspended bridges, and you can walk among the buildings. If you fly up to them, of course.
Can I use Misty Step to teleport myself up onto the top of the walls and?
Because it's an at-will spell, I'm gonna allow you to use multiple Misty Step to get to the 500 feet that you need to get in order to reach one of those passages.
Yeah. No, it's definitely not going to be one Misty Step. I'm just wondering if there's
And while the others are talking in your mind, and you participate in the conversation back then while you're trying to fly up to the path, anything specifically you would like to tell them? What you've been doing, what you're up to?
Oh, I'm gonna just vaguely let them know that I'm attempting to get the assistance of Factocast.
Very well. And for the rest of you, does that sound like a good idea?
Honestly, I'm in support of it. I'll actually says, "Oh well, what are you gonna say to him, or what are you gonna do? Are you going as a spell weaver?"
And I'm gonna respond by letting them know that I am going in the form of Vokar.
Okay.
I'll say, "Give me your best Vokar voice."
It's like this.
How
What
You
more do you
sound
want?
constipated.
how good is that legend? Since Creek has the actor feat and I can replicate voices I've heard for over a minute, and I know Vokar's voice.
I have to say, in game is very good because he has the crown of lies.
That's perfect. I believe in you, Drazov. You sound like just a great person with voices. You know, I do that too. We should do a stand-up comedy sometime. We could copy voices and pretend to be the audience. That would be a big hit. But I
Oh
digress.
yes, that would be a great show that we could put on. But I'm currently busy with trying to convince Cass to help us.
By all means, I wish you best luck. But just be careful of what you reveal. Who knows what has happened in 10 years to Cass's intentions? You know, our other selves seem to be quite hesitant.
Oh, this is
as
gonna go so
you've,
badly.
as you reach the top of the passage, as you see there, and you've managed to find your way into what you think are the stairs. You've been here before. Are they stairs that lead to the Orrery of Souls, where the leader of the Heralds of the Dust is? And on top of the stairs is perhaps that same Death Knight that was here the last time. And that seems to be the only thing in between you and reaching the Orrery of Souls.
Okay, so does he appear to be hostile?
He appears to be a guard.
All right, I'm gonna walk up to him and you know what? On my way up, as I glimpse him, I'm gonna change. Sorry.
Change?
Oh, sorry. Thought somebody was saying something. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and change my form into another Death Knight, or to, yeah, the Death Knight that we saw previously.
Okay.
And yeah, just walk
Roll.
up to this one.
Very well. And what do you want to say as you reach the top of these stairs?
Oh, I'm just gonna go up to him and try to say, like, I'm here for a shift change. You can go on about your way.
And roll deception.
All right. Boop. Well, that is a crap roll.
You have the Crown of Lies, so you have advantage.
Oh, right. All right. Let's roll that again. Much better.
Shift change. I haven't had a shift change in 700 years. Who gave those orders?
Yes. It is your time. Go on. Go. You are done here.
Okay. Well, I already know what I'm gonna do now.
And he steps out and walk out of the way. And as he's stepping away, your path is free. As you climb up the stairs, you see a familiar sight of the Orrery of Souls. But this time around, you don't see Facto's skull flying around of it. In fact, what you see as you pass through the entrance, that is a mummy just walking around, seems to be busy doing something. And flying above the orrery is Factal Cast.
All right. And I am returned to the appearance of Vokar. And I guess I approach the yeah, I approach the center.
What are you
Yes.
doing here?
Yes, it has been quite a while. I've come to ask your assistance.
You asking me for help? Are you feeling well?
It's been quite a while, and I mean, my memory is not so great, but I think there might still be some threads of connection between us.
There was never a connection between us. What are you talking about? Are you feeling okay, Vokar? Or perhaps flying caught up with your brain, and it's now turning to dust?
Yeah, that may be part of the problem, but I
thought this undead form that you chose of Lich is not very practical and it's very high maintenance. The perfect undeath is the one I carry with me.
It is indeed, but I have a boon to offer you.
You have a boon to offer me from this better not to be one of your horrible jokes.
No. You see, there is the split in the timeline. There is another version of me, a more foolish version of me, who got trapped in the maze.
Well, they're done. No one ever escapes the maze.
Exactly. And that is why you, given your current position, you have good relations with the mistress of pain. Sorry, I'm having a moment.
The mistress of pain. Let not her hear you call her dead. And then I serve her as any leader of affection and skill. I don't have a relationship with her. She appointed me to this role, and at first I thought I was going to be political, and I thought I knew what I was getting myself into. But I can tell you, what I have to do here takes me so easy that I don't have time anymore for chasing this petty things against Vecna. And while I'm not surprised you still engulfed, you're always so much in love with the Whispered One. I'm not surprised you still engulfed in those matters with him. Yes, I know about your counterpart being trapped in the maze, but this was a decade ago. Why are you coming to me now?
Well, I've only just returned, and I was hoping that perhaps you or your counterpart might still have some interest in completing your rod of 7 parts.
Oh, I see. So that's how you did it. That's how you broke the rod in half. I have all the 6 pieces of the rod. But somehow, none of the two pieces that connect to the one in the middle can point me to the final piece of the rod. In fact, even when I empower with the power of the spirit size, and I use the most powerful divination available to the heralds of dust, I still can't find that piece of the rod. So that's how you did it. Your counterpart is trapped in the maze with the piece of the rod in there, isn't it?
Indeed.
And then, you're so clever, Volkar. And then you've managed to get your team to trade with me. 2 pieces of the rod for one. I should have suspected something. That was very naive of me. 2 pieces of the rod that is completely useless, as I wouldn't ever be able to complete those 7 pieces. Well, now you come here asking me for a favor, so you can... Well, I wish I had the power to grant you that favor. I wish I was going to risk myself, send a message to the Lady of Pain, just to save your ass, but you know what? I think not. I think after learning what you have done to me and how you stabbed me on the back, and how you deceived me, and how you managed to thwart all my plans with your little team of undead, and all those little skeletons wandering around still, challenging the power and challenging the natural order. They should have been in a cove or have been incinerated a long time ago. But no, they are here threatening the natural order. And you have the audacity to come ask me for a favor.
I ask not for a favor. I ask not for a favor. I ask only that you help yourself. Or if you wish to complete your rod of 7 parts, you will need to free my counterpart from the maze.
I don't have the power to grant you that wish, and quite frankly, I don't think I want to ask the Lady of Pain to grant you that wish. You can, you can ask for her yourself. Violate one of the laws of Sickles, one of the unwritten laws of this place. Create some chaos on the street, and there's a good chance she'll come to you if she doesn't send one of the daggers. And she will maze you. Or, try to do something that will trap in the city, and you'll get her attention.
Oh, I'm sorry, my old friend. I thought you might have the clout to warrant a meeting with the great lady. I'm so sorry to hear that you are in such humble status. I will not trouble you further.
Humble status. I am more powerful than you could ever dream to be.
Yes.
I have more power in my hands than the gods themselves. I control the flow of death and life in Sickle. And I serve at the pleasure of the Lady of Pain. Being so powerful, not even gods in this respect. Even then, tread lightly. Yes, she may give you her attention, but her attention always comes at a price. Her attention is not something we that follow her wish to have. So, if you want to get her attention, do as you wish in the streets of Sybil. Threaten this city. She will come to you for punishment. And maybe, just maybe, you will have a glimpse of a moment where you can talk and try and negotiate with her. Or as you wish. But I can tell you, she's not a creature of many words.
Yes.
Those who have heard her speak don't exist anymore or are trapped in a maze. And
Yes.
every time her attention is focused on someone, it's usually a very risky thing. And I'm quite frankly very comfortable in my current position and with my current power to risk all of that to save your ass. I'm sure there is an ulterior motive for what you're asking me for. And just like before, you're an exceptional deceiver. You've managed to deceive me. And yes, you could potentially find my counterpart somewhere in the lands of Ravenloft. And perhaps, perhaps you can find them in sitting in their throne back in the Garden of Vessels. But don't expect me to help you. And if you want the Lady of Fate to help you, just do it yourself.
Yes, I understand. You are too afraid to try to assist me in my venture. It is fine, my old friend Kaz. I shall be on my way.
You leave the
And-
spirit summit, and as you are heading back to the sanctum, seems like a good time for us to take a quick 10 minutes bio break, everybody, and we'll be right back in a little bit.
That went better than I thought.
Yeah, very well.
Well, I thought he was gonna die.
Yeah. I was getting a little worried there for a bit.
All right, is everybody back?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm back.
Very well. Okay, and look at that, guys. You could be a. We didn't have enough references to Pokemon in this campaign. I thought, why not one more?
I was like, what are you talking about? The entire first half of the campaign was,
Oh yeah. We haven't done that in a while. I'm Creekachu.
yeah, Creekachu.
All right.
I'm just a big fan of
Oh my God.
Ronaldo, who is in here tonight, is the trainer.
He's gonna ask for a copy of that, so you may as well post it.
Wait, that's Ronaldo? I thought it was Team Rodolfo flying away.
Either way. Yeah.
Very well. Let me bring you guys back to the sanctum, where you're trying to decide how you want to get your ass kicked next. So,
Well, that's not very encouraging.
Well, the mother of dragons is a tough trainer.
Yeah, we got some ice types, we'll be fine.
Very well.
Do you want to wait for Drazov to come back before we go?
Drazov is.
Drazov's here.
Oh, sorry.
Drazov went off. Are you saying this within like roleplay or?
Yeah.
Drazov just got back, guys. What are you talking about? Look at him. He's just passing through the threshold, just down there.
Oh, I thought there'd be a bit of time between it. Apologies.
You guys have been talking for so long. He had time to go all the way there and back.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, okay. All right. I see me now. Sorry, I was confused also.
You were tricked by the token.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. By the way, you can just right-click on the token, and it's a multi-sided token, so you can choose how you want to look like.
I don't know what that means.
Just right-click on your token, go to multi-sided, and select choose side. And then you can be like a Nera, or you can be...
Oh, wow. Okay. That's awesome. All right. Boom. All right. I'm gonna be appearing as my pre-lich self.
Very well.
Oh, I can appear as Zugget Mitch, huh? Interesting.
Yes, you can. If you want to look like her, you can look like her.
No, that's fine.
Oh, what do I got?
You never changed your shape to anything except Creek. So you can choose between
me, myself, and I.
You choose between Creek this way or Creek upside down.
I do like my options, thank you.
Very well. As you are all talking and Jurgal prepared the door for you guys to cross, doesn't take long until Drazov arrive. And Necrolumpa sees you crossing the threshold, Drazov, and she says,
So, any luck? He's super helpful, isn't he?
Your voice, you'll always show the screeching. No, it was not helpful. Not helpful. Refuse to help. Yes. But maybe we send the seagull guy to try and convince him. Maybe that. Yes, let's do that.
What, is he in the muscle?
Wait, what?
The what? Is Factor Casa the muscle?
I have no motivation to help you, flame-head, foul, evil creature.
Yes, well, you are very disgusting as well. But that is no business of mine. I will just be on my way.
All right, so what do you think? Should we go try and take down the mother of dragons?
Yes, I think we should.
I can't believe I just said that.
Honestly, it's worth a shot. I think Nesmazet will be missing us.
All right, Jurgle. Show us the way.
And he already did. He prepared the door and he says, "Just cross to the door."
Oh, this door?
Yes.
Oh, I was like, what door are you talking about? Midge walks up and goes,
This used to not be a problem, but I can't fit through.
I'm sure you'll find a way to fit.
Mitch turns sideways and like crab walks through the door.
Very well.
Thankfully, this is above the table. In Creek's downtime, I prepared all the items I need to go.
Very well. And for those of you who don't remember how Steven Seagal looks like.
But we can see his token. We
Oh, yes.
I like seeing him twice. He's quite majestic.
Yeah, he's very majestic.
although he's reversed. Oh, because he's facing
Yeah,
Pretty Cyril.
yes.
Is he still
never
rubbing his shoulders?
He would never
Nope.
turn his back on him.
Of course he is.
Drazolf is gonna come down here in front of Pretty Cyril and take Pretty Cyril's hand and try to lead him toward the door.
Tell Drazolf don't die, and I'm gonna head towards the door.
Wash his feet with your tears.
Pretty Cyril's just gonna resist slightly and it's gonna like awkwardly, slowly take his hand away and say, "Good luck on your adventure. Goodbye."
Yeah,
And he's gonna sink back into the couch.
Yeah,
you're not
good
going
luck.
to join
Break
us.
a leg. Break a neck.
I see that you are resigned to stay here with this coward, this pitiful being. That yes, very well then. I will leave you with your cowardice.
Well,
I never thought that there would be a love triangle between Pretty Cyril, Drazolf, and Steven Seagal. This was not on my bingo card.
That's
No.
what you get for failing charisma saves with that thing.
Well, as you all eventually cross through the door, on the other side, the first thing you come out of this very humble home. It seems like a little shed into a dark and abandoned slum. As you look around, the entire place seems abandoned. And as you start to move a little bit down the street, you see behind you this massive wall with a gigantic gate made of iron and wood with chains attached to it. You also see marks of blood that lead all the way to the gate. The gate seems to be built on the side of an entire mountain, as if the entrance to a temple that is carved into the mountain. This place you don't sense the minds of anyone within 5 miles. This place is completely abandoned. You don't see any signs of magic around you. But you do see signs of magic, particularly conjuration magic, on the gate, and especially on those heads that are on top of the gate. There is a very strong conjuration magic aura on those sculptures.
Well, what do you guys think?
Should we start blasting, or do they already know we're here?
Oh,
I think it would make a beautiful home for you, Midge, once you're Queen of the Dragons.
I guess I'm the one that needs to knock then, huh?
Well, what about those heads? Are those heads gonna like attack us or something?
I don't know.
I'll go first, guys. Don't you worry. As he shuffles on by. Come on, no point in dilly-dallying.
Mitch will follow.
Prequel tale, Midge.
Drezov is gonna take up the rear, and also Drezov is going to return to the disguise of the spellweaver that we met in the temple, the one that turned us into spellweavers.
Very well.
Question, Legend. I haven't asked this yet, but I am curious. How many uses of wild shape do I have now?
Same as you had before. Same amount.
So unlimited. Unlimited.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing changes regards your class. It's just your species that changes. And so that doesn't change your.
I was
your
asking
class.
because you were having the conversation about where the magic derives from.
But yes, because specifically for the source of magic, the mechanics for the source of magic of the spellweaver is that of a sorcerer, and the sorcerer magic comes from their biology. And
okay.
Yeah.
So, but because Midge is a druid by class, she can still wild shape
She can still wild shape and do everything the class, as long as it's not using the magic of the weave. You can do whatever feat you want from your class.
All right, cool. Thank you.
So you approach this massive gate, and you hear no sounds around you. It seems that this is the type of place that is used to offer things. For what you can see here, and for the supplies you just passed through on your way here, when you were passing through those gates right over there, there were some supplies and some barracks here, and you think this is from other people that may have come here to offer things to this gate. Now, I have to say, because the thought would cross your minds that if those guys back in Sigil wanted to get rid of you, it seems that whatever is in this gate, or whatever comes out of this gate, once you knocked on it, would be a pretty powerful creature. And they may have sent you into a trap. So
before Midge is gonna tap Seer on the shoulder.
Give me just a second. I want to take a look at something.
And Midge is going to levitate up and investigate these masks.
Excellent.
Up here.
Roll an Arcana check.
I'm going to use my inspiration on that.
Very well.
Nope, same thing. Exact same roll. That's what I got. Is there anything within this, because I'm still learning, within this form that would allow me advantage or anything on Arcana?
Yes, you have your disc.
Okay, so then I will tap into the disc to. Does that give me advantage?
Yes, that gives you advantage.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's much better. 19.
Very well.
Well, somewhat better.
As you are staring at the face of this demonic head sculpted into this, you've realized that this is an infernal gate. It has been created to summon creatures from the Nine Hells. You can see the runes from where you stand as well, on those massive pulleys that roll and pull these chains in order to open the gate. So you think that if the gate opens, this is a gate to the 9 hells. However, you were not told to open the gate.
We were told to knock.
To knock 3 times, so as and that the gate would summon Tiamat. So you think that there are multiple ways of using the conjuration magic of these heads, but this is the kind of place that would be sanctioned by the 9 hells, and one of the very rare places where you can find a direct portal to the 9 hells. So you think this place, as they say, is the forbidden gates. You think this place has been abandoned to time, and abandoned by those who lived here, who are apparently worshipping whatever was behind these doors.
Okay. Midge will drop down then. And relay that information to the others.
Make sure we knock 3 times.
Not 2, not 4, not 5, just 3 times.
And Cyril will lift his hand and knock 3 times.
Very well.
Just gotta creep back way right
That
here.
was just 2, Cyril.
That was 2.
And once more.
Now it was 4, Cyril. Come on, Cyril.
damn it.
3 times.
I'm so confused. Nope, that was still 4.
I don't think that's working.
Cyril,
Damn it, people.
you knocked enough times on the door, and suddenly you see the eyes of the head on the top start to glow, and as they glow, the whole door start to become an incandescent red. And you take a few steps back, almost by reflex, and you feel the presence. Something big is coming. You feel that there is an anticipation in the air.
What are we doing, guys?
Final arc. We got this.
Fuck shit
Oh my
up.
god.
Look, I've already beaten Team Alex once before. We could do this
I
again.
know.
Stepping out of the door, as the light turns into a conjuration circle, you hear this massive roar that crosses through the door before the creature. And as she arrives, the Mother of Dragons steps out of the door, standing in front of you. You can see that this is not just a 5-headed massive dragon. It is also somewhat a lich. Its eyes glow at the same color of Vecna's eyes that you guys hate so much. And it seems that it's not happy that you guys have summoned it. And as it looks at all the 4 of you, after some time, it recognizes and it says,
Oh. Great soul. I thought I had beaten before. But here you stand in front of me with this bunch of losers and give me an opportunity to consume all of your souls and destroy you. Excellent. You saved me, having to go and find you myself. Thank you. Thank you for joining Home Spotter.
And you can click on your tokens and roll initiative.
So about that life insurance policy, Tiamat.
So about me finding my staff, it'd be really handy here.
I know, right?
really handy.
Question while I'm doing initiative. We can unattune and attune from items instantaneously because we're spellweavers, right?
That is correct.
Oh, good. I brought a good amount of items for this then.
Very well. And
God.
Why does 20 say fun?
because at
Fun
initiative
actions.
20, there is something fun that happens.
All right.
So it's problematic.
And look at that. Our wizard Cyril is the very first one in the initiative. I'm gonna give you guys one little test round before we conclude this session. Cyril,
Fantastic.
what would you like to do?
I'd love to cry, but it's probably a bit late for that. I am.
Where your wife's souls is, Cyril? She's right there, being whipped every day by my servants in Avernus. I
This mother.
take particular pleasure in seeing the agony in Asta's face. I will keep her alive for an eternity. I will torture her for eternity. Because I know that will consume you deeper and deeper into the darkness. And there is nothing you can do about it.
This guy, eh? Doesn't ever shut up. Doesn't ever shut up. I'll cast Hold Monster for my staff power first off.
Very well.
Trying to burn some slots. That's a 22 wisdom.
Very well. Very well. It passes.
I figured. And then I will cast Crown of Stars.
All right.
Cast Crown of Stars, which will be a 21 to hit.
Very well. A 21 does not hit.
Sugar. Okay. And then I will move. I'll use my Boon of Dimension. Sorry, Boon of Dimension Travel. Yeah, to move. Yeah. Sorry, now I need to get my measuring up. Oh, the map's not that big. Yeah, I'll just move back here a little bit. And
challenge right toward your knee. The mother that created all the comedic dragons. You think you can challenge me, the arrogance in you, Cyril? Don't worry. I'll make sure you go to a very far place away from your wife. And in there, I'll reflect and mirror the same torture on both of you.
And Cyril's going to look to Mage Drazolf, and Creek's just going to say, "Guys, does this guy ever shut up?" And he'll finish his turn with a little firebolt. Try and get something off, which will be a 23 to hit.
That does not hit.
Holy
But
sugar.
as you are shooting the firebolt, Zero, you've realized that the Mother of Dragons may have got under your skin and may have messed with your mind, because for a second there, you forgot that this is the Mother of Dragons and you're trying to harm her with fire. She lives in the Nine
Yeah.
Hells and you're trying to harm her with fire. So
Yeah,
you're not gonna...
that's a good point.
It doesn't look
That's
like
good
it's a
point.
very good plan, unless, of course, you're
No.
trying to tickle her instead, and that's fine.
That's my turn, John. Thank you.
Very well. And as a legendary action, Tiamat releases a very powerful breath weapon, and that will be a 90-foot cone. Let me show you who is gonna be in this cone this time, as Tiamat releases fire back. And look at that. Is Midge and Cyril. Both of you are inside the cone as the main head exhales this massive breath fire and fire breath. And as it does, the both of you gotta do a DC 27 dexterity saving throw to avoid 91 points of fire damage, or half as much in a successful.
Wow.
That's a good start, Cyril.
How much? 97?
91.
91. Golly.
Hold on.
I'm going to use what's it called? Auto something.
What's the damage?
91 points of fire damage.
I think I have something doing
Oh,
now.
if you give me just a second to look up reactions.
Excellent. Go ahead.
This is a breath weapon.
Yes.
Golly.
God, do I want to absorb elements? Nope, I'm not gonna do that.
I don't want to do that. It's got an Aura's mark.
Sorry. What is this?
And Cyril, I have to remind you, you kind of ran your turn order as if you were still normal Cyril. You have a more
What do you mean?
you have a more rich action economy now as a spell weaver.
You can cast 3 spells.
Yes.
There's I thought it was limited to certain under.
Up to 12.
The only limit
Yeah, I did.
The only limit is that within the turn, you can only cast up to 12 levels of spell casting.
And I did Hold Monster for my staff. I did Crown of Stars and a Firebolt.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Very well.
Question on that: do the levels of spells cast from items
From
count
the
toward
items
that?
wouldn't count. No, from the items wouldn't count.
Oh,
I have a question. Can you do
Damn,
an
okay.
action and then cast spells since you have so many hands?
You can do. Sorry, you can do what? What was the question?
Can you do an action and then cast spells since I have so many arms?
Yes, you can cast up to 3 spells in your turn.
No, but like, what if I attacked first and then cast spells? I don't know if that's
If you
possible
have extra
just
attack,
because-
then yes. If you have an extra attack, you can do that. You can you can use one instead of an extra attack. You can use a spell.
I'm sorry, Legend.
Okay.
What did you say the triggering? What is the type of damage? Is this
Fire damage.
fire damage? Well, yeah. Then it's. God damn it! That's not going to do me any good. Because it's just it can't take fire damage. So, but it's still. All right. Midge is going to react with 5th level absorb elements,
Very well.
which will do 1d6. So resistance. So I'll take half of as if I passed. So 40, 48. Is that right?
Very well. Yes. It's 46.
46.
46. So I'll take 46. All right. And I took away a 5th level spell slot.
Very well. So with that, Midge, so you did that at 5th level, so that adds 1d6 per level, so that's 5d6
Yeah, on my next melee attack.
on your next melee attack with and that's of the triggering damage, so that's fire.
Yeah.
Very well. Creek,
Which
what
is
would you like to
pointless.
do?
Yeah, unless I can figure out.
Oh, sorry. All right. Out of above the table, I'm gonna ask you guys this: what kind of save do you want the mother dragons to have disadvantage on? Because I'm thinking of my bonus action of casting hex, and there's no save for that, and I can make one of the 6 attributes have disadvantage. Like, be honest. Like, which one do you think would be the most helpful? Like, wisdom, dex, con? Definitely not con. I mean, that's a dragon.
I'd say either Dex or
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Yeah.
I mean, we're not
All
going
right,
to
then.
strength anything on it.
Okay, then I'll get that. So then, here's what I'll do, Legend. As a bonus action, Creek is going to cast Hex on Vecna, the Mother of Dragons, and I can
Okay.
do that at will because of my boon.
Very well.
So, whenever I attack, it's going to do extra necrotic damage, and I will choose Wisdom, as all saving throws now have disadvantage with Wisdom.
Very well.
And then, as an action, I'll first cast Haste on myself.
Okay.
Which, do I need to display that, or I know Haste really well, so I just know that doubles
That's
my
fine.
speed, gives me an extra action,
Yeah, that's
plus
fine.
2 to AC. Alright, I'll work on the maintenance for that. So, that's my first spell. Then my second spell... Oh my gosh. Sorry. There's so many spells to look at the same time.
Would you
I
like
will
to?
cast...
You can always switch your turn if you need a little more time.
That's alright. So I use 3, and then I'll cast Invulnerability and use Spell Recall to not waste a spell slot. My boon is Spell Recall.
Okay.
So that's 2 spells I'm concentrating on. And let's see, I only have... Let's see, I casted a 3 and a 9, and I can only use a 2nd level spell. Or lower. If that's correct, I believe.
Is it not 12 max?
Well, no, I have, Oh, yeah, you're right. 3 and 9, so I can only do a cantrip. Okay. And then as my last spell of the 3, I will cast... What's that called? Actually, is that a no? Resistance is a concentration, isn't it? It is. Actually, you know what? As my last spell, I'll just cast Eldritch Blast.
Nice.
Very well.
Blast him.
So that'll be my spell attack. So that's a 13. So I'll just roll that. I'll roll 4d20, and then I'll
Okay.
just have you add.
So that was
13
the
after
hex,
that.
the first spell, second spell.
Second spell was invulnerability on myself,
Very well.
and I casted haste. So I have haste and invulnerability as my two constant. No, wait. Oh, wait. Isn't invulnerability constant? I can't cast invulnerability. My apologies. I'll have to,
Yeah.
let me retract that.
Invulnerability is concentration. You're concentrating on invulnerability.
No. I'll do haste instead of invulnerability. Forget my ninth level.
You do know you can concentrate in 2 spells at the same time, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do hex and haste. I'm not gonna do invulnerability.
Okay.
Crap. Okay then. Well then I'll do haste first. I'll do what's it called? Eldritch Blast is my second one. So I rolled 4d20, so 29, 15, 22, and 19.
All right.
Do any of those hit?
The AC is 25.
Okay, so only the 16 or the 29 hit. So that's 2 points of force damage.
Plus your
Very well.
modifier.
Oh yeah, plus my modifier plus 7, so that's 9 points of force damage.
Very well.
Solid.
And then as my last spell, I will cast. Let's see, what's that one called? That's first level. Longstrider.
Oh, and
That's not a
you have
concentration.
hex as well that adds to that, so that's another 5 points. So you gave it 14 points of force damage.
Oh, nice. 14 points. And then my third spell is going to be Longstrider. That's not concentration, to increase my speed by 10. So with haste, I'm now at 120 feet.
Very well.
All right, and then Creek will say, mentally spread out. You know that breath goes in every direction. I'm gonna try to throw attacks from afar, but stay within this light if you want to be saved. Creek will go here, and
Yes.
as his haste action, I'm gonna use my item called Rod of Alertness. I can use an action to plant the rod in the ground and have a 60-foot radius of bright light, and anyone I deem as an ally gets +1 AC and +1 to their saving throw. And we can see invisible creatures.
Nice.
So I will put it here. So as long as anyone I deem as an ally, we can see invisibility and extra AC and extra saving throw.
Very well. And is that the end of your turn?
No. Creek is gonna continue moving because that was only.
But Creek,
50 feet,
I have bad news for you. As you move, you provoke opportunity attack from her, right? Unless you tell me you have a feat that allows you to move without provoking opportunity attack.
Let me take a quick look. Well, no, you can hit me. I'm also gonna get rid of my Boon of Spell Recall since I didn't cast the 9th level spell. So, yeah, she can hit me.
Very well. So as you're moving away, because she has a very big range, she has a range of 20 feet. As you're moving away, she is going to hit you with a bite. It's a 35 to hit you.
I use a luck point to reroll that.
It's now a 31 to hit you.
Yeah, that hits.
So that's 32 points of slashing damage plus 10 points. That I'm gonna call this was the blue head plus 10 points of lightning for a total of 42 points of damage. And you gotta do concentration checks for me. 2 concentration checks, and the DC for them is 21.
Well, natural 20.
Excellent. You get inspiration.
Nice.
Does anyone else need inspiration?
Yeah, I used
I
mine.
could use it.
All right. Well, I gave it to Midge last time.
You gave it to me. You gave it to me last time. Yeah, give it to Drazov.
I'll give it to Drazov.
Very well.
All right. And then. Nope. That
All right. So your
doesn't.
second, you can choose one of your spells to fail concentration on.
I failed the hex. I need to keep the haste.
Very well.
And so what I'll do is I'll continue moving away, because I was only. Do you want me to get rid of that circle since I need to do the line thing?
Yes, by all means, yeah.
All right. Well, that'll go right to here as I hide right there. So yeah, you guys are in that circle, and as a free action, Creek is gonna switch from his defender rapier to his luck short sword, and instantly have the attunement switch.
Excellent. So, Creek, you went all the way down there. Very well.
And let's see, that's my action, bonus action, and haste action, and all that. Yeah, that ends my turn then.
Very well. Very well. And as a legendary action, the Mother of Dragons is going to release another breath weapon. This time, 90 feet your way. He's not gonna get to you, but she's still gonna try. And that's gonna get Drazov on the way there as well. And that's with the lightning breath. And Drazov, you gotta do a DC 27 dex. Oh no, wait, that's an 120-foot line. So let's get a 10 feet, 100-foot line. It might just get to you. Yep, it's gonna get to you. The lightning breath is gonna get to Drazov and Creek from the blue head. So both of you gotta do a DC 27 dexterity saving throw to avoid 88 points of lightning damage.
Well, like a advantage. We have +1 from that. What's it called? Rod I put down. I'm gonna draw that. So there's a rod right here.
Yeah, and wait, didn't I get a bonus from something or other?
You have
You get a
inspiration.
+1 bonus.
You can try again.
I will use one of my luck points to reroll that.
What is that? What is that pink thing there?
Oh, that's just a rod. So you
Oh.
know, like anyone within 60 feet of it, that's my ally, gets the +1 AC, +1 to saving throws.
Oh, okay. I'll put an aura
Yeah.
on it.
Thank you, and let me reroll my dex with luck. I will use another lucky to try to reroll that.
Drazov, that was inspiration, not disinspiration. What are you doing?
I'll give Drazov my inspiration.
I will use my inspiration now to try to reroll it again.
Very well.
Here we go, Drazov.
All right. Yes. Thank you, Cyril.
All right. I'll just use my reaction. Absorb elements then, since I failed.
Very well. So you take 88 points of lightning damage. Drazov, you take 44. And you gotta do a DC 44 concentration check, Creek, or...
No, I cut it in half because of absorb elements, so it's now 44.
So it's now 44. Very well. So let me give you 44 back. So now we gotta do a DC 22 concentration check.
Let's see. I believe with the sword, and I get +1, and the rod gives me +1, so it barely makes me pass.
I'm gonna put that
'Cause I
rod
switched to
there
my
to
short sword.
represent your rod. That is stuck on the ground. And I'm gonna give it an aura. You said the aura is how much?
60 feet. Oh, radius.
60 feet. Very well. There you go. That's the light coming from. And you
I
failed that
just passed
concentration
because of the
because
the
of the
+1 from the short sword giving me, because I got attuned to that, and I have the rod giving me +1 if you count that.
Very well. Okay, let's count that so you can hold your concentration. Very well. So both of you take a significant amount of damage from the lightning from the lightning breath, and you can start to see how fun it is to fight a creature with 5 heads, right?
No.
And Creek, that's the end of your turn, Drazov. What would you like to do?
Oh, huh. Well, that's a fun question. I think we're gonna start with some starry wisps, which are yeah. I'm gonna cast these from the thingamajig. So we do. Okay, so sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how to cast these since they're not actually on my spell list.
Just manually burn the spell slot and post the spell in the chat.
But these are cantrips.
Oh, okay. What is the cantrip you want to cast?
Starry Wisp.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna roll the.
Yeah.
No,
just roll the.
I can't just
yeah.
roll.
Just roll that. Just roll your
damage?
spell. Yeah. Just roll your spell attack modifier for the ranged attack.
Okay.
It's gonna give 48 points of radiant damage if it hits.
Well,
The AC is 25.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to cast that.
So if you go under the spells of your character sheet, on the top of spells you have a plus 19 for the spell attack with a little dice on the side. Just click on that.
Okay.
Voila.
Oh, all right. There we go.
23 won't hit, but the 26
Well,
will.
26. All right.
Roll the damage. The 48. Very well. That's 17 points of radiant damage.
And on top of that, gonna go ahead and use the staff, the Spine of Arcane Supremacy, to cast invulnerability. What? I forget what the spell is called.
Invulnerability.
Invulnerability is 9th level.
Yeah.
No, not that one. There's like a 6th level.
Globe of invulnerability.
Globe of invulnerability.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I'm looking for. Sorry.
Okay. That will protect you against spells.
Yeah, I mean, general idea is I'm trying to keep myself protected against spells. So yeah, that's.
I don't think the Dragon's Breath counts as a spell. I think it's an innate ability.
The Dragon Breath doesn't count as spell.
Oh, may not be the most effective thing, but I'm gonna do it.
Very well. All right. So you cast Globe of Invulnerability. And what else would you like to do?
Well, I already cast. I mean, that's my 3rd spell.
Very well. Let me give you.
Oh, I guess I have bonus actions and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know that I have a whole bunch of other things that I want to do. I think I'm good here.
That's your Globe of Invulnerability right there.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Very well. And is that the end of your turn?
Good here. Yep.
Very well. And as a fun thing to happen with Tiamat's power is that it let's see. Its black head starts to accumulate this dark energy that looks like a sphere of, like a black hole, like a sphere of void in front of its mouth, and it starts to concentrate on it, and it seems to be accumulating energy there, as if it's about to release a massive blast. So, and that's it. Midge, what would you like to do?
Okay. I'm quickly trying to look through all these spells. Is there anything that will make someone vulnerable, make a creature vulnerable to any type of...
Yes, there is a spell called Hollow that can do that.
A hollow spell?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then, to begin with...
The only thing with the Hollow
Yeah.
spell is that it takes a long time to cast. So you gotta
Oh,
find
it
a
does.
way.
We don't have much.
You gotta find a way
Yeah,
to
I
cast
should
it
have
instantaneously.
done that beforehand. Yeah,
You
well,
can,
I could use a sorcery point, I
Yeah.
think.
you can, yeah.
If you use,
So-
you can use a sorcery point to convert something that is an action into a bonus action, not something that is 24 hours to cast.
It's not 24 hours. Okay. Well, crap. Let's see. Well, I can tell you the first thing we're going to do is we're going to polymorph.
Very well.
Which is 7th, 8th.
Polymorphed, or are you going to do your shape-shifting ability as a druid?
Wild shape.
Is it wild
Is it
shape
shape
or
change?
Yeah, wild shape
No,
or
is it
polymorph?
shape
You
change?
casting this spell? Or is shape change?
Shape change. Hold on. Yeah,
Okay.
no, we're gonna do shape change. We're gonna do shape change,
Very well.
which uses one of my 9th levels,
Very well.
and she is taking on the form of Red Abishai Midge, which I can change for you. That's back here,
Very
right
well.
there. So she now takes on the form of Red Abba Midge.
Very well. That adds how many temporary hit points?
Yep, 289.
Very well, Midge.
All right, so that's concentration. So that's the first concentration she's gonna have.
Okay.
And then she is going to where is it? Going to cast Murder of Crows
Okay.
at, let's go 5th level. So let me. So she summons a bunch of crows
Okay.
that attack. Let me post it. That are going to attack. There it is. So it's going to go directly on Vecna.
Okay.
And it's I'm sure they'll pass. And it'll do force damage. DC 19 deck save.
It passed.
Okay, so it'll take half of the 25
13.
force damage.
Very well.
Yep.
And
Okay, so that's 2.
as a reaction to that damage, the Mother of Dragons teleports 60 feet. Right. Let me put it right here.
Okay. And one more spell. Let's do. It's wisdom. You said.
Yeah, but
Creek?
he lost concentration on that.
Oh, he did. He did.
Yeah.
He did. Okay.
That's so much damage.
Let's try. Yeah, it's gonna. Let's do Thunder Wave at what level? 4th level.
Very well.
So DC 19 con save.
It passed.
Okay, so it'll take 14
Very well.
thunder damage.
Yes.
That's my 3 spells. I don't think I can do anything else.
Very well. And at the end of your turn, Tiamat is going to release a massive poison breath in a 90-foot cone. That is going to take both you and Drazov. Both of you got to do a DC 27 Constitution saving throw to avoid 77 points of poison damage.
Given my bubble of invulnerability there, I think I'm immune?
You're not. That's what I tried to tell you. The breath weapon is not a spell, and the global invulnerability only protects you against spells.
Oh, okay. Then, and this is poison damage?
This is poison damage, yes.
Okay, then I'm only resistant.
Very well.
So I'd take half damage.
You take half, but first you gotta roll your save
Right.
to see how much half of all.
Does this count as a magical effect? Because we have advantage.
Yeah. Let's call it a magical effect. So roll with advantage.
That's terrible.
Drazov?
Yeah, sorry. Where am I rolling this? Am I rolling this on on D&D Beyond, or am I rolling this on
D&D
Roll
Beyond.
20? Okay.
It's just a con saving throw.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Boop.
Very well.
Yeah.
So with that, Midge, you take 77 points of poison damage, and so do you, Drazov.
Well, guess what? In this form, I'm immune to poison.
Excellent.
Ooh, nice.
Excellent.
Nice.
And Drazov, you are resistant, so you get you get 34 back. No, sorry, 38 back. And roll a concentration check, DC 17 for me. 19. Another con save. Very well. You have advantage to maintain concentration, so that counts. So you still maintaining concentration, global invulnerability. And with that, it's now the turn of the big mother of dragons. And it turns to all of you and says,
Pitiful demonstration of weakness. You are all a disgrace. I have been consuming the liches of this multiverse, and I am going to be so happy to consume you. After I ingest your body, I'll be able to sense where your soul is. And, oh yes, I will go after your phylactery next, and make sure that I have your soul, the torch of all eternity. Pitiful demonstration.
and the mother of dragons is going to just simply walk towards Midge and Cyril, and distribute a number of attacks. But first, the mother of dragons is gonna roar really loud, and release or at least try to take frightful presence, try to affect you with its frightful presence. So both of you, actually everybody in this map, gotta do a DC 26 wisdom saving throw, or you're frightened for 1 minute.
Red Abishai, Red Midge just looks up and smiles. I'm immune to frightened also.
Excellent.
I'll use a lucky point for that.
I
Very
got
well.
a +2 for this, so I barely save.
Actually, can Midge try to roll a deception to pretend like she's frightened?
By all means, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, what was the save? Apologies.
Oh, no, never mind. I have a
Wisdom
-1.
save,
No.
26.
26
I
now.
just passed with my
Yeah,
extra
we'll try.
dice.
You just passed. Drazov,
Yeah,
did you
Midge-
pass?
Oh
Midge
no,
rolled a 7.
Drazov didn't pass.
Oh
at
no!
all.
I'm so afraid of you. No.
Drazov
That's what
is
Midge-
Drazov is cowering in his bubble.
And I have to say, Drazov, your HP is not very encouraging.
Oh my god, guys. I was shit. I was
Don't
hoping
feel
she wasn't
bad.
gonna do that.
I have a game plan of what to do my next turn next week. I wrote it down.
Well,
I know
no,
how to
because
fight.
I have incite fanaticism, which means you guys couldn't be frightened. I was hoping, but
Oh, I thought you were just
It's
talking about
fine.
in general with how this fight.
no.
So here comes 3 attacks from the Mother of Dragons, 2 with her claw and 1 with her tail.
Okay.
So that's a 30 to hit Cyril, a 29 to hit Midge, and a tail that will hit both of you for 37. I assume all 3 hit? So Cyril, 22.
DC is 22 on the Red Abishai.
Okay.
What were the rolls again?
30 on Cyril, 29 on you, and then 37 with the tail.
Okay, yeah, those are gonna hit. Yep.
So that's 23 slashing damage on Cyril, 25 slashing damage on Midge, and then the tail comes and swipe the 2 of you for another 21 points of bludgeoning damage. Both of you, Midge, you gotta roll a concentration check. So Cyril, take another
Okay, so
21.
in
and Midge, you take
Red
another
Abishai
21.
form, I have resistance to the bludgeoning and the slashing
Very well.
because they're not magical attacks.
So, so with that is you get a 23 back, and you got to roll concentration check, and both of you are knocked prone.
All right. We have advantage on the concentration, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Oh. That would go here.
Very well.
22.
You're still concentrating.
Wait, I have advantage. Or does it 22 work?
Yeah, that's enough.
Or do I need to
Yeah.
roll? Okay, because I have advantage. Okay.
Very well. And after doing that, as a bonus action, the Mother of Dragon teleports 60 feet right here next to Drazov's bubble. And that's the end of Vecna's Mother of Dragon's turn. And we're gonna keep, now that you guys had a little flavor what you were up against, as I said, folks, from this point onwards, any session can be the last session. As these guys decided to knock on the door head first of the Vecna Mother of Dragons, they are now in quite a predicament. And let's see how they will handle this in our next session. For those of you who've been watching us all throughout, thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you here. And I hope you enjoyed the session. And we'll see you all next week. Have a good night, everybody.
That's insane. I really got to research spells before next week.
I got this, guys. I know what to do.